Hello, ladies and gentlemen, treasures and gems, non-binary, gender fluid, and everything else in between. Welcome on to the stream. I'm your lovely host for this evening, the one, the only, the Null Control. How are you all doing on this lovely Monday? Terribly sorry I'm so late. Oh hey, my elbows are acting a little weird. Might have to check my standable. Terribly sorry for being late, everyone. Really, truly, honestly, I didn't want to be late. Oh, hey, I'm in the floor. That's not good. Well, let's fix that, chat. Let's do a quick calibration. There we go. Looking good. Feeling fine. Looking sharp. I wonder if my standable's doing good. How is everybody doing on this lovely Monday, by the way? I don't know why I was about to say this lovely Friday. I guess that's just what my brain is thinking, right? My brain is like, hey, are we at Friday yet? Are we there yet? Let me go to my standable real quick, make sure that's running correctly. S. Why do I have so many S games? Dang. ST. Oh, you know what? Make this easier if I just say ready to play. Yeah, there we go. Space Calibrator, don't want that one. Do I not have standable anymore? That's not. There it is. I was like, do I not have standable anymore? That would be bananas. That would be crazy, chat. Okay, there we go. Yeah, my standable just wasn't running. That's the reason. So we're gonna do one more quick calibration. As you can tell, I'm a little behind the stream, even though I tried to make sure I was on time. Okay, the reason why I was like, oh, by the way, chat, how was my audio? Also, hi Fenrir, hi Thundra, hi Glacier. Zephyr, hello. My leggies hurt by getting up and down while working on my car over the weekend. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I saw those automotive pictures. Looking real good. Also, Cyrida, thank you so much. 20 months. Wow, currently on the 15-month streak. Cyrida, thank you so much, by the way. Hey, Noel, hope you have been having a good day thus far. I have been having a good day. Honestly, just being here on stream with all of you, it feels really, really good to be back. Yeah. Ads are gone. Good. Ads right on the intro. Ads on the intro? Well, that's okay. Honestly, it was just me goofing around with my standable stuff. So, yeah, you didn't miss much. Done. Okay, good. I don't know what you're talking about. It's Wednesday. It's Spirited. Don't mess with me like that. Don't tell me it's Wednesday. My little feline brain cannot handle that. Let's see. Thundra. Watch streak. Oh, hell yeah. 5-day watch streak. Hell yeah. Audio equals good. Hell yeah. Okay, so, chat. I'm very sorry. So, I was literally in the Discord, and I left the Discord 30 minutes before the stream, but I had multiple points of failure trying to get the stream up and running. I had to do a remapping of the room. So, okay, so I've been using now the Vive Ultimate trackers for a little while, and though I still love these things way better than my old system, it's not without its flaws. And I would say one of the flaws for sure with these Vive Ultimate trackers is flaw number one is definitely every time I don't use them for a while and I bring them back up, I have to remap the room, which remapping a room is not the worst thing ever, especially because I have pretty decent lighting in here, but it still takes time. It takes I would say remapping my room takes probably about 10, maybe 15 minutes. And then, oh yeah, okay, so that was the first point of failure. First point of failure, I had to remap the room. Second point of failure, I couldn't find the cable for my VR headset to my battery, because I use a Quest 3, right? Because I love being wireless. I can't stand... Oh, that was a weird turn. Come on. Oh, you know why? I'm in a bad spot. Hold on. There we go. That should be it. There we go. That should be a better spot. Yeah, so, hold on. Let's try that again, chat. Whee! There we go. Oh, I wonder if Standable's getting mad at me for doing this. Oh yeah, it just put me on the floor. Okay, so I'm still working out the kinks for the full body. Still better than my old system. You know, we're getting there. We're trying our best. We're trying our best, chat. And we will get this resolved eventually. I think what it is, I'm still learning like what the limitations are of the lighting and not lighting. And then the second point of failure that I forgot to mention, I literally could not find my USB-C charging cable because I always wear a battery pack. Because again, I like to be wireless. I like the freedom of moving. I don't want to be worried about tripping on a cable. So, why is that? Because it pulls me out of immersion. So, with no cable, obviously means I'm currently running a Quest 3. The problem with the Quest 3 is their battery life is generally only like 2 hours max. And I mean, I wouldn't even be able to even get through this stream if I relied on the Quest battery life by itself. So I had to strap a big battery to my chest. So right now, while we're communicating through this virtual space, I have a big battery pack strapped to my chest right now. So yeah, that's fun. Hello, Tiger. Indeed, I am a tiger. Welcome on into the stream. Lovely to have you. My name is Noel Control. Let's see. Not feeling well, so I'm going to be more of a lurk bean. No worries, Thundra. No worries. Cyrodius Wednesday is everyone else's Monday. Oh, that's true. That's true. That makes sense. Also more likely to hurt depending on cable coiling. Plus, you are a rigger, not a bunny. That's true. I am a rigger, not a bunny. You know what? I wonder, because I do have like my light source right here. I wonder if it's like oversaturating my trackers. I wonder what would happen if I decided that here would actually be the best location. So we're gonna flip it. We're gonna flip the script, and we're gonna try facing this way. See if this leads to any sort of like better result. Hopefully it will. I'm hoping it will. Let's see. I think this feels pretty good. All right, and then we're gonna do. Let's see here now. Oh, maybe I messed up the world calibration. Maybe this is not the ideal situation I'm in right now. Let's give this another try. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. All right, it's found its play space. Okay. Again, okay. So I know I say I have good lighting, but I might actually have blown out lighting. My lighting might be too strong. Because if your lighting's... That's the only downside about these Vive Ultimate trackers. If your lighting is too strong, it will cause some issues. So I still like them. Still very accurate. I just need to get my lighting a little more even. You know what it is? The problem is I have a really cheap Amazon light, like just sitting next to my desk. If I just had like a proper ceiling light, it'd probably resolve all my issues. If I had like an even spread cascading light over me, as like most people probably do in their homes, I'm just in a really weird old building that they never installed lights overhead. So, you know, c'est la vie. Let's see. Are you a female tiger? Because it looks like you have booba. Okay, two things. One, these are huge, amazing pectoral muscles. I am all that is man. I am the Tio Tigre. And second off, I appreciate you asking my pronouns. That's actually very nice of you, and I appreciate that. But yeah, these are man boobas. To answer your question, it's the waist. My hips don't lie. Wonder if they work with IR light bulbs. Infrared light bulbs. No, it actually, they do require light. So I was looking into the schematics of it. It actually would honestly, in my opinion, would have been better if they did like an infrared sensor system, much like the depth sensors on the Quest 3, right? That tracks your depth. But it does actually need actual light because it's tracking the shadow depth. So it's gathering shadow information in your room. That's why if you actually move your furniture around, which I actually do quite often here because I have a rolly office chair, I have to remap it again. So there are some very annoying instances about the Vive Ultimate trackers. Basically, if I had to give a review on it, this is it. If you don't want to deal with light stations, or like if you want to get rid of your light stations, or God, this is such a bad sales pitch, especially with oh, Wait, okay, I see why my legs are dying. It's not because of the room. It's because I'm wearing puffy pants, like I'm wearing sweatpants, and they are totally covering up the cameras. Okay, so this is my quick review of the Vive leg trackers, or Vive Ultimate trackers. If you have good lighting and you don't want to deal with base stations anymore, or you have no base stations, go with these. These things are really nice. They're generally, this is the first time I've actually ever had trouble with them. Generally speaking, in the last few streams and every time I've been in VR, super solid, 10 out of 10 experience. I love these things. These things are really, really good. We're going to actually do another quick, just recalibrate it because I realized I never did the calibration after I launched Standable. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I love these things. These things are awesome. I can wiggle and dance and do a little prance. However, if you already have base stations, like if you already have a solid lighthouse stand up, the price is not worth it. The price is only worth it if you have literally nothing. If you have nothing at all, right? And you're like, well, shit, I have to invest into a bunch of base stations and a bunch of trackers and get my room set up just right, because if I have any reflective material, it'll fuck up the tracking. Like, if you don't want to deal with any of that nonsense, then the Vive Ultimate Trackers is a pretty solid, hyper accurate tracking system. Like, this system is pretty dang good. Except for when it's not. Except for when I'm blocking my own cameras, apparently. So let's get that fixed. There we go. Okay, so when I'm not blocking my own cameras, it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. Let's see. Null is a male tiger. The coat and the Under Armour is looking at man tits. These glorious. Listen, I have entered my bara phase. Literally every day at the gym is chest day. Every day is chest day. Every day we're working it hard. Every single day we're working it strong, and nothing's gonna stop me. I might go for slimes because my lighting is horrid. Yeah, okay. So this is the thing, right? If you're on a budget, Slime VR is really good. It's not the most accurate tracking, but it's very cheap, and there's no dependency of lighting. You don't need lights. You don't need like light bay stations for outside in tracking. That is probably like the most entry point tracking there is. I just really wanted some. God, I am like, this is probably the worst sales pitch ever for these fucking things right now, because I am having a lot of really weird issues, and I thought I mapped it well. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna try one simple trick. We're gonna try one thing real quick. We're gonna alter my lamp's position to see if I make it less intense. Will it help? So we're gonna give that a try real quick. And let's see what happens when I do this. Okay. Let's see, chat. Oh, and then I'm gonna have to probably do a quick recalibration because I walked outside of my safety barrier zone. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go, chat. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I think I had the light too intense and it was blowing shit out. So I think by switching the lighting up a little bit, it's probably helped. Though maybe now that I've changed the shadows, it's gonna be mad. It's like, hey man, why did you change your shadows? Might need to change pants, or I could just go. I just can go pantsless. Honestly, I mean, I'm by myself right now, and you all can't see me. At least not the man behind the tiger. Oh shit, Glacier, you've also reached the 7-day stream streak. I'm sorry I missed that. I see the null dab. Yeah, the null dab. We're dabbing. Okay, so look who it is. If it isn't the Vaki Saraki. Can we get a shout out for Vaki? Just exclamation point SO now. It's I made it much simpler. So go ahead. Why don't you give Vaki a shout out real quick? Matter of fact, the shout out should be working. Punk vibe. I have a great imagination, Noel. Oh yeah. Oh my. Yeah, we got to give that shout out. There we go. Yeah. Look at you with a cute cowboy hat. I love that. How dare. Never. I shall dare. Okay. You should get in VR. You should. Okay, so we have a redeem for Punk Null. So we're gonna go to Punk Null. So I'm gonna go off camera for 1 second, chat. We're gonna go off camera here. If I can get off camera here. You know what? This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go fly mode. Well, let's bring this camera in. There we go. And then I'm gonna walk behind the camera, and we're gonna go into punk mode, chat. So punk mode. So this is kind of introducing a little earlier what I was going to bring into the stream. So I have a brand new avatar, chat. We have a brand new look, a brand new vibe. We're feeling good. We're feeling strong. We're looking sharp. How do you like the new look, chat? You digging it? You feeling it? Are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs? With my very iconic catchphrase, "Fuck Big Corpo." The other tiger. That's right. See, this is like my punk. You know what I should do? I should well, first thing I should do is change my size. Apparently VR chat thinks I'm really short now because it's locked out my legs. There we go. Okay, so chat, let's go ahead and change the camera again so you all can see the new look, the new vibe. Because it's certainly a new vibe. This is definitely departing, like a departure from my usual vibe, my usual look. But honestly, I kind of dig it. I like this new look. I think it's looking pretty solid. Come on, leg, don't lose tracking now, leg. Not when I need you the most. Not when I'm trying to flex this new look. Look at this new sexy tiger. I think it's... man, I don't know what is going on with my full body. I might have to do another space mapping because I don't know what's going on. We'll do that after stream, though. I mean, if worse comes to worse, we'll bring this camera in tight. And you don't have to pay attention to my breaking hips. Even though these hips do look pretty good. They do look pretty good. Here, let's just zoom in that camera. Yeah, whoa. There we go, chat. Okay. So we're gonna just rock it like this for now. So yeah, this is the new look. I hope you all like it. I hope you're all digging the vibes. I know I am. I'll be honest. So this is a model that was made by the amazing and talented Albert. He's a very, very good VR chat avatar creator. I've actually have bought every single one of their avatars, from the coyote to the dragon. I actually haven't bought the yin for some reason. I probably should. It's a very popular one. I've just never really vibed with yins. Not that like yins are a bad Fursona species or anything like that. It's just never been like my kind of jam per se. If you feel me, if you can dig it, chat. If you can dig it, I like the little damage I put onto this Abby too. I feel like I like the details I put into it are very subtle. Like I don't know if the normals are showing up in the lighting of this world, but like I have carbon nanite like paws. They're not really showing up though. But I do like the synthetic. So if you can't tell, right, I'm a very cyberpunk fan. I enjoy cyberpunk in general, like the aesthetic of it, not just the game, not the game that I mean, I like the game that CDPR put out. It's a good game, but I just like the overall aesthetic of cyberpunk. I think it's just a fun world setting, and it's kind of the one I always default to in my head when I create worlds and design ideas and characters and things like that. So for this character, for this Fursona, this tiger, I wanted something a little more subtle, something a little more, not quite like blatant about it, just a little more subtle about it. So, you know, we have some battle damage, we have some, some blinking LED lights. Got a little LED light here, blinking and flashing. Just some very subtle stuff that, like, clearly this tiger has been augmented in some way. Oh, I have a little barcode here as well. Hey, Serendipity, good to see you. Is your name Big Corpo? Sorry, I mean, what? Hey, yo. Hey, how did I miss that? I need to pay attention to the chat more. Holy cow, that was good. I like that, Serendipity. Let's see. I mean, my shirt could be, yeah, my name, call me Big Corpo. I mean, you can call me Big anything. Actually, I have a few fun shirt designs. I was playing around with this one. I was just having so much fun with the sweater. We have Fuck Big Corpo. We also have this one I like a lot. Punk Tactics. I thought this one was kind of a fun one. I don't know. What do you all think? Looking at my man boobas again. Don't look. Oh, and then I forgot. I put Beast on my pants. I was also like having fun experimenting around with the pants on this one too. I think I did an all right job. What do you all think? How did I do? Don't tell me it's losing tracking again. You know what it is? Maybe that side of my room, it did say the tracking on this side of my room, like when I was mapping it, didn't look, or the behind me, it said the mapping didn't look quite good over there. But I was already like a few minutes late on the stream, so I was like, all right, I can't delay the stream anymore. Like, if it says good enough, and I'll just jump in and I'll fix it later. So I have a feeling I might need to figure out a more even lighting solution in this room. Most likely. Let's see. Okay, so I see we have a hydration from Thundra, and we have big stretch. So let's do a big stretch real quick. All right, chat. So everybody, raise your hands up like you're going to do the spirit bomb. We got to give it to Goku. Yeah. Come on, chat. Let's give it to Goku. All of our energy. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's fly the camera out a little bit since we do. I mean, we still have full body. It's acting a little janky today, but we do have full body. Let's do a full body stretch. What do you say, chat? Full body stretch? Here we go. Ready? Leg out. Let's bend the knee. Arms up. And let's just stretch it on over to the side. Oh, yeah. Now let's go back up. We'll put our left leg out, bend the right knee. Oh, yeah. Nice, good back stretch. And there we go. All stretched out and feeling good, huh? How are you feeling, chat? I know I'm feeling good. And we have a hydration redeem. Gotta go do that hydration. Very important, very important. So let's go ahead and hydrate ourselves. Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. Gotta get that hydration. Gotta get that hydration, chat. If you ain't hydrating, you ain't doing it right. TOS? What's TOS? Considering that your avatar only has 2 bases, have no cyber parts. I mean, this is cyber parts, right? Look at this. You can see the synthetic damage going through. Look at that. As well as on my head. I mean, I also have, we got a little cyber damage here. Look at this. I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty cybernetic, pretty synthetic. Yes. Pretzel Tio. I am pretzeling a little bit. We do have some pretzeling going on. I'm trying my best. Chat. But you know what? Honestly, it wouldn't be a null stream if I weren't just a little bit scuffed. If I weren't just a little bit scuffed, it wouldn't be a null stream. Am I right? I don't know. That's what I think. I'll be honest, chat. I'm really vibing with this Abby, like, a lot. Like, I didn't think I was gonna vibe so hard with it. Because it is, again, it's a little bit of a departure from what I normally wear. Normally, I'm like, big, strong man energy. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, strong man energy can come in all shapes and sizes. Not to, like, create, toxic stereotypes and stuff like that. But I am vibing with this a lot. This feels pretty damn good. And the ghost. Yeah, the ghost, that's true. But the snake knoll doesn't have any cyberware bits. Because, I was just feeling this. I don't know what it is. The snake didn't feel like it should have cyberware stuff to me. Let's see. Hey, kitty, having scuff. Listen, I always got a little bit of scuff. It's part of just, like, streaming in VR. When you stream in VR, you're always going to have just a minutia of scuff. You can't really do anything about it, It is what it is. But that's all right. I mean, you're willing to bear with it, right? You're willing to just, you know, suffer with the scuff and tolerate this tigre with his minor scuffs. All right, so let's put. I'm feeling a bit cold though, feeling a little drafty. I can feel your eyes checking me out. Not that I mind, of course, but we have to comply with TOS. But you know what though? I don't feel like I'm not feeling punktastic. I'm feeling this today. I'm feeling this. We got some big news to talk about for our stream today. We got a big show planned, and I feel like this is my energy today. We're doing a little punk. We're being a little nasty. We're being a little nasty boy up in. I shouldn't say that, should I? I'm being a nasty guy. All right. Oh, hey, we got a Vaki Saraki. Absolutely, Vaki, come on in here. There we go. Hear me out. Snake with cyber arms and legs. That's actually a really good idea. Okay, snake with cyber. Okay, so I really love. So it's one thing to make an animal anthropomorphic just because of like, I mean, like this, right? I mean, like obviously a tiger doesn't look anything like this, but I have tiger characteristics on a human form, so we, you know, it's an anthropomorphized tiger. But I love it more. I really love it when artists create a anthropomorphized version of the animal that is closer to the original animal, and like through creative storytelling has given it human-esque traits. Like, for example, oh, whoa, my frame rate just fucking tanked there for a moment. Jesus. Vaki, when I look at you, I fucking tank, dude. I cannot make direct eye contact with you. What is the ranking on that Abby? The second I turn around and like my computer shits a brick. Are you all there, chat? Chat, are you still with me?
Hold on.
Vaki came. You know what happened? Vaki came in here into this room with me with fucking punk tactics. He's like, I'm gonna crash that bitch.
Love you too, Noel. Love you too.
Love you too, buddy. I'm just messing with you. Whoa, you're bigger than me? Hold on, what's the height of this Abby? That's not right. That's not right. I can't accept this.
Small.
Yeah, it's because I didn't change the height of the Abby. But you know what though? I don't want to be huge. I don't want to be huge right now. Like, I mean, I like being big, but I want to be I don't want to strain my neck right now, you know? Abby's looking good, by the way. Look at this. Look at this guy. Look at him going full sicko mode. Hell yeah. Looking good. Looking sharp. I like it. I like it. Hell yeah, with their signature Zeev.
Yep.
For the one and only Zaraki. Let's see. Crotch shot. Wait, we have a crotch shot? Where was the crotch shot? Oh, when I was scaling up. Yeah, that's true. I was getting kind of big there for you. Listen, you were getting that premium only pause content there for a moment for free, no less. Let's see. Hear me out. But all right, so the tangent I was on that was brought up. Yeah, so I love creative storytelling with anthropomorphized things. So the snake, like just like an actual snake that was like as intelligent as a human with cybernetic legs and cybernetic arms to allow it to be a bipedal creature with like other mammals. Fucking, that's so cool. I love stuff like that. And I've seen it before in other sci-fi settings, and every time I see it, I nerd out. Because I'm like, yes, that is how you would get a limbless reptilian creature to integrate into a bipedal society. I knew this instant you saw Vaki being taller, you would grow. Listen. Okay. The funny thing is, right? I have, so my height thing, right? Me being bigger, you would think I must surely be a short man IRL. But I'm not. I'm actually 6'1" IRL. I know I'm generally on the taller side. The problem I have with my height is because though I may be a 6'1" man, I am still the shortest member of my family. Everyone in my family is just leagues above me. No joke, when we all go out to dinner together for like family visits for like Thanksgiving or Christmas, we look like an NBA team getting out of the car. It's just nothing but fucking giants getting out. And then there's like little tiny me And I say tiny me as 6'1". And I'm still like, oh, hey, don't worry, guys, I'm coming too. And they're like, yes, that's very nice, little Noel. 6'1" inverted. Hey. You take that back. He's actually 1'6". Not. God, could you imagine? Holy shit, 1'6". Yeah, that's like smaller than some action figures. You and Heath have a height jealousy all the time. We really do. You're all good size, Noel. I mean, I'm also 6 foot plus. Yeah, so Cerative, yeah, you get it. So yeah, so I love let's see, don't turn around, Noel. The frame eating bottom is eating the frames again. They are eating them.
Wait. Who said that?
They're stinky bold. Ads. Oh no! And they've been banished to ad jail. They've been sent to the ad jail. Yeah.
Wait for them to come back from ads.
Yeah, we're gonna wait for them to come back. Okay. In the meantime, while we wait for them to come back, let's go ahead and shift into some of the I wish it was not diabetic medicine ads. Ooh, yeah. That's rough. You know, I find that weird in the United States because I don't live in the US. So whenever I hear about how the US can just advertise medicine on TV, that's so weird to me. That's not allowed here in Canada. Like it's not up to private companies to tell you or market what medicine is right for you. That's determined by your doctor. So like here in Canada, they straight up made it illegal. And also back in my home country in Chile, it was also illegal there to advertise medicine. You had like, it's considered like unethical. Mine was a monster ad. We had Yang and Yang ads. There you go. Lol. Okay. So, so I think I've gabbed for a minute. How long have I been gabbing now? Oh, for 45 minutes. All right, that's good. Okay, because we do have a lot to talk about this stream. We have a lot. The first thing to talk about, let me just pull up my show notes real quick. Okay, yeah. So the first thing to talk about is the POW World. The POW World server for the community, for the treasure trove, is officially up. It's up, it's running, and holy smokes, has it been wildly popular, Vaki. Do you play POW World at all? Like, are you a POW World guy? Because I don't think I've seen you.
I just got an 8 terabyte external hard drive. It's running out of hard drive space. So I'm transferring files over to have room to download POW World.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, well, I mean, POW World has been a crazy success. Like, I mean, like within the community and the server. I mean, I know POW World is a financial success. Everybody bought POW World when it came out. But just for like my own community, because I've been wanting for a while to run a community server so we can all just kind of hang out and play games beyond VR chat, which is where I'm in right now. And so I started the POW World server, and I asked, like, hey, what server could I run? Most people said Minecraft. I'll be honest, I didn't want to run that mostly because I just hadn't played Minecraft in a long time, and I'm like, I don't feel comfortable running a Minecraft server. And then I was like, well, the games I do have that I wouldn't mind running a server would be V Rising. I love V Rising. I thought that was a lot of fun. I'm also, and it goes in line with my edgelord-ness. Not that I am an edgelord, but I just like edgelord aesthetic. And you know, V Rising is a crafting survival vampire game, and that's a lot of fun. But nobody wanted to play V Rising. Everybody voted for POW World. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll play some POW World. Never played it before, but I'll give it a try. And we launched the server. And holy cow, everybody's in it. It's making my heart go doki doki. I love that everybody is super on board playing POW World in the Treasure Trove community. So, you watching right now, yes, I'm talking to you. You directly in stream right now. If you're not in the Treasure Trove Discord, what are you doing? Get in there. Come join us. Let's play some POW World. It's open. It's here for you to rock and roll, baby. But no, legit, it is a lot of fun. I'm liking POW World. Sorry, we got some big TO energy going on right now. Vampires or cute pets? I personally would have chosen the vampires, but that's just my own personal preference. Power World server is nice. Aw. I just can't handle long play due to temperature. Oh, yeah, the Tesseract. Yeah, your PC. Yeah, you gotta get the PC thing on it. Have you thought about dusting it or reapplying, like, thermal paste, maybe? Q-Pets will always win. That's true, they will. Why everyone playing Power World made your heart start fluttering. Started a literature club. It did. Okay. I forgot about Doki Doki Literature Club. Listen, you know what? I'm not going to spoil the game. If you haven't played Doki Doki Literature Club, I recommend you should. Don't watch any YouTube videos about it. Just play it blindly. But I'm a fucking weeb, so I just like the word Doki Doki, which for those who don't know, Doki Doki just means it makes your heart flutter. Like, so Japanese language has a lot of onomatopoeias for words that they use every day, and like if your heart is fluttering, they say the word doki doki, which is like the sound that they use to describe a fast beating heart. But usually it's like described in like a romantic sense, like you know, you see your crush and you feel your heart going faster, they would call that doki doki. But I mean, it can also be used for scary things too. So hence, you know, the Doki Doki Literature Club. It's great too hot, shuts down when it gets too hot. A little bit of Monica. Let's see. I went from dusting once a month to trying to get to do so every week. That's pretty intensive dusting. You might just need new thermal paste on your CPU. Like, you may need to take off your heatsink and put... Like, what you should do is probably download Hardware Monitor to see what exactly is overheating, like what component is overheating. And if it's your CPU, which 9 out of 10 times, most people have an overheating CPU issue. And if that's the case...
it needs new thermal paste.
Yeah, then you just need to take the heatsink off and put in some new thermal paste. So, you know, it shouldn't be that big of a trouble. The CPU, it's the GPU. Okay, GPU overheating is a much different problem, and depending on how old your GPU is, it's going to, like, you're going to have to do some research and figure out where on your GPU is it overheating. So, like, is it just a bad connection on the heatsink? Is it like, is your power plug connector not good? Or is your airflow not good? Like, is your cable management? Like, there's could be a number of issues when it's the GPU overheating. Okay, so yeah, honestly, GPU overheat is so rare nowadays. I rarely hear about GPU overheating. Usually it's CPU, and it's usually from either thermal paste has gone bad, or people are overclocking that shit way too hard. So video intensive games equals short play crashes. Dust everywhere and set all your fans to intake. Or hear me out, liquid nitrogen is also an... Yes, liquid nitrogen.
Subcool your PC.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So we've talked about... oh, wait. There was one more thing about the Power World I want to talk about. Oh, right. Okay. So, I've been having a lot of fun with the Power World server. It's been a good time. I love how hardcore some people are. Like, there's members of our community that are already, like, level 60, and I'm just, like, learning the base mechanics of the game, being like, oh, how do I get orders, guys? And they're like, yeah, level 100, let's go! Sorry, I pulled that camera in way too tight for that. That was pure accidental. I did not mean to do, like, a tight zoom, like, when I was doing the big Tio voice. Hey there! Good to see you, Digimon. Lovely to see you. Okay, so... Oh, I hope you like the new avatar, the new base.
Honestly, no, I think it really suits you.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like this avatar, this Avi, feels... This has been the most right-feeling Avi I've had, I think, in a long time. Like, I like the Meowper. Like, your Meowper suggestion was really good, but this one, something about it just...
blows it out of the water.
It kind of does, right? Like, I'm kind of thinking, like, shit, I should maybe, like, add the hair to the emotes now and, like, redo my thumbnail for the stream. We'll see how it goes. We'll see, you know, like, I just rebranded, like, from Dragon to Tiger, so I would feel really bad about being like, hey, Dragon to Tiger, by the way, new Tiger again within, like, the month of streaming.
Well,
Also, he is leaning away from Daddy to... I know, right? That is the problem when you got too many Abbies. That is like the real problem, like legit. Okay, so one more thing about the Pal World server, and then we'll move on from Pal World. I appreciate all the feedback I've been getting for the server, because again, I really know nothing about Pal World. I am such a fucking noob, and I'm so glad everyone in the community is like helping me and teaching me, and everybody sharing and working together, and weirdly obsessed with breeding, but actually now that I think about it with furries, not that weird. So I've been getting a lot of feedback on how to improve the server, what settings to change, things like that. I appreciate that. And I want to create an official Pal World channel on the Discord. I kind of, like, generally speaking, I like to keep my text channels kind of like a very broad view. So that way there can be like multiple discussions happening. Because I never wanted to like create a hyper-focused channel just because, on the Discord, just because I didn't want to like fracture the community within the community. But with Pal World, I think this does call for like a Pal World text channel where if people want to find the information for where the Pal World server is, they can find it quickly. B, if there's server updates like settings, parameter changes, new mods installed, that information will be presented, relatively easy. Because I will be doing updates to the server. Like, matter of fact, the server is shut down right now while I'm streaming. And then when I turn it back on, some settings will be changed because I've gotten some feedback. And so I want some information there. And I also want people to be able to, like, share maybe where they found a cool pal. Or, I know everyone's in the voice chat. But I want to, like, not only a voice chat for it, but I also want a organized text area so information doesn't get lost. I don't know. What do you all think? Do you think that's a good idea, or am I just blowing up my ass and it's not that complicated? Pals dropping is bad. Yes, I will fix the pal dropping. I promise. I've gotten at least 6 different messages. Like, either like people have mentioned it to me in the voice chat, or I've gotten messages like in Discord, like direct messages sent to me being like, "Hey, I died and lost my pals. Please turn that setting off." All right, let's see. By the way, speaking of Cyberpunk, I love how Cyberpunk people can legit modify their bodies to be their persona. Love how that's canon. I love how that's canon too, and that is literally the canon I might just do for Noel now. Is like he was just a dude who just super modified himself to be a tiger.
Well, if I went in Cyberpunk, I'd probably kill you, because that one's even more ridiculous.
No way. You think I'd go enter like cyberpsychosis or something?
Well, I mean, it's all 4K.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's all 4K. I never compressed anything.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's see. We're witnessing the twink fiction of Noel. Wait, this model does feel okay. So I know I was generally like everyone's big daddy dragon. I still have, don't get me wrong, chat, I still have those vibes. But something about this Abby feels good. And I will be getting more outfits. But yeah, I can't deny that this one is a little more of a different vibe. It's definitely a little more of a, well, I mean, fuck it. You said it right. Twinkification. Like, there's no better word to describe it. Listen, like, it's funny too because I tried to make this one as like as big and muscular as possible. All the settings on the default blend shapes are on max on this one. You know what though? Probably wearing a crop top sweater is probably not helping though, I imagine. Here, let me do there we go, chat. Is that better? Is this better, just making like a full-on sweater? The only problem I have is I feel like this sweater is too long.
I kind of like it flails out too at the end, so it kind of resembles a dress in a way.
Yeah, it does. So we're gonna stick with crop top. Crop top it is. Plus, I mean, look at this Abby's abs. These abs need to be shown. Let's see. It's an item okay, but the pals dropping can literally be the end of a player's run because they can't get back to their body, especially if there is a flying drop. Yeah, that's true, Thundra. That's true. It makes you look like a girl because of the way the shirt fits. Not really? What do you mean, not really? Okay, let me ask you this then. What if we just go nothing? What if we just lay it all out there, chat? What if you just look at? What if I just walk around strutting like this, huh? Huh? Better. All right. They're saying this is better, but then, but then, chat. You wouldn't know my feelings on stuff. You wouldn't know how I feel about stuff. This sweater is how I communicate very subtly. Hey, Cheese, it's good to see you. Hey, Noel. Hope you're doing well today. I am. Can we get a shout out for Cheese Beagle? Can we get a shout out for the one, the only, the Beagle of the Cheese? How are you doing? I'm doing great, honestly. We have a new Abby here. We're rocking a new vibe today. We got some big energy going on here. We're just rocking some punk tactics. Yeah, there we go. Tiger model is looking great. Thank you. I appreciate it. I do like how this Tiger model looks. So this model is the El Gato model by Albert. Like honestly, Albert's models are always top tier. I have
oh my
all
gosh,
of their
did
like,
just
all
what
their
happened
Abby
just
bases. I
happened?
purchased them all. Never been disappointed by it. I like the topology on it. Like it has really good solid topology, fun blend shapes, easy character mapping, great like texture packs just to start with out of the gate. Obviously, you know, I did some modifications because I got to do some modifications. But like it's a great Abby. It's a 10 out of 10 Abby. I love everything Albert does. Yeah, if you need a cat, Elgato is the one to go with. I highly recommend it. The hairstyle's cool too. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you know what's funny? So like the I normally don't like rock hairstyles on my persona just because it's not that I'm against furry characters having hairstyles. I just feel like if you're already having fur, I don't know, I get way too logistical about like fantasy makeup shit. I mean, do whatever the fuck you want to do. Don't let me poo-poo on your good time. But like I was just thinking of like the epidemiology of it being like, how would an anthropomorphic animal evolve with like extra human-like hair on their head, right? They already have fur. This feels like a non-necessary evolutionary trait to develop to be like super, because like we're primates, right? We have long hair in our heads to like keep our heat in because we don't have thick fur all over our bodies because we evolved sweat glands. Anyways, we're gonna skip the science bit for here because I can go on a long fucking rant on this. However, I made the exception for this one of keeping the hairstyle just because I was like, you know what? This Abby just fucking, this thing just rocks. This thing just feels way too punk not to have a cool punk haircut with it. So we're rocking the hairdo with it. Looks good though, right?
Just gotta get you some gloves.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I just need like some fingerless gloves. Yeah, some one fingerless glove though. Just one because you got to be asymmetrical. And what else? Yeah, we need some gloves. You know what I need is I need like a leather jacket too, maybe.
Ooh,
like I think a leather jacket on this would look. You know what? I might get. I know God Metal just put out the samurai jacket for the Albert's hyena model. I wonder if they're close enough that I could just get that jacket and then repurpose it for the Elgato. Colored, yeah, look at this cool color. It's honestly, it looks good. Horsehair question mark? I mean, maybe. Human traits. Easy, the same reason why peacocks have colorful feathers, attracting mates. You know, honestly, that is probably the most logistical explanation I can think of. Yeah, you know what? That's fair enough. Yeah, to attract mates. There we go. Is getting outfits soonish. Oh, that's cool. Oh, also, I think I've been saying it wrong because I realized you wrote like what I've been saying, which is El Gato. It's La Gato. So this is the weird. Okay, this is the one thing that's messed me up. They named it Gato, which is cat in Spanish, but they prefixed it with le, which is not the Spanish way to say the, right? So if you're saying the cat in Spanish, it's El Gato, especially if it's masculine. But in French, it's le, it's L-E. And they spelt it L-E-G-A-T-O. So they started the French way, but then said the word cat in Spanish. So as someone who speaks English, French, and Spanish, it really confuses the fuck out of me. Because it should be El Gato, but it's actually written as Le Gato. Because the thing is, gato is not how you say cat in French. How you say cat in French is chat. So it's Le Chat. So French is Le Chat, Spanish is El Gato, and this avatar's name is wrong in both languages.
No, they're just using both languages.
Oh, okay. They're using both languages. Got it. But don't let the name detract you from this Abby. This Abby base is amazing, and I highly recommend it. Gato is cat in Portuguese. It is also cat in Portuguese as well. Female French, male cat. Well, no, lay is masculine. There's a different word that's used for female for like the. Why are you calling us Le Chat? Because you're all very special. You're all very sweet beings.
They're just part of the pack.
Yep. That's it. Just part of the pack. Okay, so we should probably keep the context moving along because there's tons of stuff I wanted to talk about on the stream. Horses having long neck hair compared to their body. Oh, that's true. Yeah, horses do have long hair. Why did they? I feel like though, because of like the domestication of horses, that long hair was something that humans bred into horses, right? Like I feel like that's a characteristic that humans forced horses to have through selective breeding. Le Chat? I don't know. I'm not French. It's Le Chat, like Lechat. Horses, it's true, horses also sweat. They also developed the evolutionary advantage of sweating. Super amazing power move, honestly, for mammals to be able to sweat. Speaking of which, I'm sweating. I need some water. Bucky, entertain the chat. Entertain the Le Chat.
There's in the chat. Well, hi. Oh.
Thank you, Bucky. I appreciate that. Come here, get some head pats.
We gotta give him head pats.
Gotta give him head pats. Okay, so other exciting news. I have officially, speaking about like French and Canada and all that other good stuff I was talking about either, I have officially bought my tickets for Vernal Equinox. So, if you are going to Vernal Equinox this next coming year in 2026, happening on March 20th, let me know. Hit me up on my social media. My DMs are always open. Hit me up on Discord. My Discord name is exactly like the Twitch name, Null_control. And let me know you're going to Vernal Equinox. I would love to meet up, chit chat. If you want to just like, I don't know if I'm big enough to do like an official meet and greet. I'm a pretty small streamer, but if you want to just like hang out, grab some lunch, fucking vibe, chit chat, tell me I suck, feel free to come around and say hi. I mean, it's a valid point if someone wanted to say that. I wouldn't disagree with them.
Well, it depends on the context.
Depends on the context. Let's see. Not the frame stealer bottom. My frames! It's true, he does like to steal your frames. You know what's even crazier? So I have this avatar, right? Here, let me just check something. Make sure I'm not saying a false statement. So this Abby, right? I believe, chat. Oh, there we go. I believe this avatar is a medium rank. Let me see. Oh, no, it's a poor. I thought it was a medium for some reason, but no, it's a poor rank. Oh, it's because of texture memory. Yeah, that's true. I did go pretty hard on the texture memory, honestly. Honestly, if I just like down-res some of the textures and just did some smart masking, I could probably get this to a medium rank easy. Oh, yeah, and then the skin materials. Yeah, because of the jewelry. Yeah, I did some pretty silly stuff. If I really sat down and thought about it, I could probably get this Abby down to like a medium or even a good rank. All right, let's see here now. Can I go meet you all and tell you I suck? I mean, if you want, yeah. I'll disagree with you though. Don't worry, I caught your drift. Okay, but yeah, I mean, if you're going to FE, absolutely. I want everybody. I want everybody who goes to FE. Please let me know. I would love to hang out. I would love to chit chat. I got my official tickets. I got my hotel. I even got my train tickets because I travel by train. Because I love me some choo-choo. I took a lot of Tylenol as a kid, and I love the trains. What can I say? Did you get the reference? Maki's like, huh? What? What you jamming to? What music you vibing to?
Right now, Dark Side.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Nice, nice. Okay. I'm not going. I'm hella broke. That's valid. Honestly, that's the only reason why the only two reasons why I don't go to conventions is either A, I'm hella broke at that moment in time, which is totally valid because, you know, fucking priorities. You got to eat. You got to keep a roof over your head. And then two, you know, I was already traveling somewhere else. Like, for example, I'm super sad I missed the other con that's super close to me this year, which was Canference. But I mean, I can't complain too much, chat. Honestly, I took a trip to fucking Spain, so I'm like, yeah, you know what? Canference will be there next year. This year, I'm going to Spain because there was a really good deal on tickets. But this year, our 2026 Fursuit Equinox, I will be there. So if you're going to be there, let me know. Let's vibe. Let's hang out. Let's dance. Let's have a good time. Okay, so let me make sure that was everything about Fursuit Equinox. Oh yeah, that's everything. Oh wait, I got some cool roomies. I'll be hanging out. I'm going to be vibing with Zephyr. For those who know, they're super cool. Big member of the community. And yeah, they're good. Them and her wife are going to be room buddies, which is always nice. Honestly, I really enjoy having room buddies for conventions, just because one, it's kind of like an auto friend you can go to convention panels with. I don't know. Do you do this when you go to cons? Like, I don't know if, like, I'm not the only one, right? Where, like, if you're rooming with somebody, you're also kind of being like, all right. I mean, not that, like, I'm saying, like, hey, we got to stick together like glue, but it's kind of like a nice default of, hey, we're rooming together, so let's just go to panels together. So you always have, like, a friend to hang out with at the con. For me, that's always been, like, the big W about having, like, someone to go to a con with and, like, having a room buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
100% agree.
Okay, good. So it's not just me. It's not just, like, something that, like, I do. Because, like, I I do this every con I go to, right? I always get roommates for the convention. Because it makes the hotel cheaper, but also two, I want to go with a con with somebody. I don't want to go to a con by myself. Which, honestly, big fucking props to people who can just go to cons by themselves. I've never been brave. Like, I have gone to, I think, one furry con by myself, and I still had a good time. But I've always been a person who's like, unless I have someone to go with, I don't know if I really want to go to a con, just because though I may be a very extrovert person, it's hard for me to just randomly approach a stranger at a convention talking to their friends, right? But then again, I do talk to a lot of strangers when I go to cons, so maybe it wouldn't be that big of a problem nowadays. I just haven't gone to a con by myself in like a long time. Also, no, you have a funny accent when you say Spanish words. Are you from Chile or Argentina? Ah, está bien, weón. Soy chileno. I am from Chile. I'm glad you caught on to that right away. That's so funny that you recognize my accent right away when I say Spanish words. But yeah, super. Soy chileno. That's so funny that you caught on to that accent. Yeah, you fucking nailed it though. But yeah, I am indeed from Chile. That is correct. All right. So, let me see. Fursuit Equinox. Okay. So there was one more thing about Fursuit Equinox I wanted to talk about that I am pretty fucking jazzed about. So I'm sure a lot of you already know from looking at the Discord. I am. Oh, you're from Portugal. The Spanish accent from Spain is different. That's true. Yeah, it is very, very different. The accent from Spain. But yeah. Also, good. As you know, what? Are you in Portugal right now? And I'm so glad. I wish I knew some Portuguese words. I mean, it's so funny too because like Brazil's not that far from Chile, and I traveled there when I used to live in Chile because I lived in Chile for many years. I actually just immigrated to Canada. Like, well, I should say just. I've been in Canada now for 10 years, but I just became a citizen of Canada, and I immigrated from Chile, and I've been to Brazil many times, and I can understand Portuguese when I hear it, but I really just can't say any Portuguese words at all. Like, I know there's a lot of similarities in Spanish, but yes. Oh, okay, cool. You do live in Portugal. Hell yeah. But Portugal is definitely a place I've always wanted to visit. And I've been to Spain, right? I've been to Spain, as most Latinos do from South America. We always take vacations in Spain. Which, of course, they were not happy to see me because they're like, God damn it. But actually, no, that's not true. They were more happy to see me than they were to see people from, like, England. They're like, okay, we still like, because have you heard about this? Like, there's protests in Spain because of, like, all the people taking vacations there. They're like, too many people taking vacations.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's a real problem. Like, people in Madrid can't, like, apparently afford to live because all the houses and apartments have been turned to Airbnbs for the tourist market. It's a real issue in Spain right now. So, yeah, like, so they were happy that I could at least speak Spanish with them, even though, you know, I'm Chileno. It's like the worst Spanish. Like, listen, I love my country. I love where I'm from, but I know of all of Latin America, mi español es terrible. It's the worst Spanish of all. We make up words that don't even exist. Instead of just saying sí, we have to say sipo, and yapo, and cachai, and cacho, and weón. Same in Portugal. Ah, okay. I'm glad to know that the universal hatred for tourists is all over Portugal and Spain. We're happy to have Brazilians than British. Honestly, I feel bad for the British. They're just like not welcomed anywhere. But I can't feel too bad. I know that feeling whenever I go to the United States. I zing.
Wow.
Well, I mean, come on, man. Like, it's okay. Speaking of which, actually, since we're talking about the U.S. right now, I'll just mention real quick. So there's not going to be a stream next week. So I know I stream every Monday between 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. EST. But next week there's not going to be a stream because I'm traveling to the United States. And I'm either going to have a really good time in the United States or I'm going to have a free trip to El Salvador. So we'll see how that goes.
Just acted up. Well, I certainly hope not. I hope you have a great time.
I hope I have a great time too. We'll see what happens when I cross the, border immigrations. So I'll be going to Boston for about a week. It's going to be hopefully a good time. And basically I fly out on Sunday, so that's why on Monday. The worst case scenario is if they deport me to El Salvador, then what will happen is I'll go to El Salvador. They'll see I'm Chileno, send me back to Chile. The Chilenos will see I have my Canadian passport, and they'll go, all right, we'll just send you back to Canada now. So, like, that's the worst case scenario. I know, like, I'm not going to be sent to any detention center. It just depends if the border immigration guy is going to be an asshole or not. And hopefully it's not. Hopefully I'll be able to enter just fine with my Canadian passport, and there'll be no problems. But I know the problem is my passport does say, like, birthplace Santiago. It does say, like, Chile on it. So I'm just hoping he'll see it, and he'll think it's supposed to say San Diego or something, and goes like, oh, so this guy was an American at one point, and think like it's some city in California. I am Latino and I live in the U.S. I know you're Latina as well, and you live in the United States. Tis Noel and Vaki. It is a Noel and Vaki. It is your two favorite cyberpunk. Well, I would say your fit's kind of cyberpunk, right?
Yeah, I mean it is.
I would call it is. I would say you have a very cyberpunk aesthetic.
Keep talking about pants, but yeah.
Yeah, you got punk vibes.
Jacket, so.
Listen. We both are rocking. Hold on, let me just change my top real quick. There we go. We're both rocking punk tactics. All right, we both got some punk tactic vibes going on. I'm Viking. Oh, that's true. You are Viking. That honestly, that's some pretty badass heritage. Careful going through the USA, Noel. Things there are ice cold. I see what you did there. I saw what you did there. But also, you're not wrong. I need to watch my ass. I listen. I know when I go through border immigrations, it's going to be a lot of yes sirs and yes ma'ams. I don't want to cause no troubles. I just want to get in safely, you know, enjoy my week there, and then get the fuck out. Go back home. Hockey rocking that 2077 twink fits.
Hold on.
Damn, they fucking called you out.
No more.
They called you out. That 2077 twink fit. Damn. Whoa, my frames just got fucking stolen. Whoa. That Abby switch fucking just, you know what? You've inspired my next shirt. My next one is going to be stop eating my frames. Or maybe just frame dropper. My next one's just going to be called frame dropper. I'm not Latino, just Latin. Hey, that's true. You are. Okay. So I want to go back to the. So that was the one thing I wanted to say. I'll be in Boston for a week. Also, if you're in Boston, let me know. If you're a Boston furry watching this stream, let me know. Let's meet up. Let's hang out. Show me the cool sights of Boston. That's what actually. If anybody in chat too wants to give me some like recommendations on what to see. Now, granted, I will be there doing work. So I can't be like out. I can't be out during the weekdays. But the evenings will be mine to do as I please. So, if you have a weekday or a fun night activity that you would like to do, or that you recommend for me to do, if you don't have time in the week to meet up, let me know. I would love to know. I would love to be getting some good recommendations from the locals, or if you've already taken a vacation there and you have a recommendation based on your stay there, let me know. Because again, I've never been to Boston, so I'm really excited about this trip. Okay. From 2077 twink, he became 2077 slut priest. Respect the fit, not gonna lie. Damn.
Wow.
Damn. Fucking got your number. He's got your number, Vaki.
And this is the more optimized version of this avatar.
I appreciate that. You know what's funny? I can normally run it like your Abby doesn't eat my frames normally. But while I'm running OBS, shit can get a little brutal sometimes.
Yeah.
Shit can get a little brutal.
I didn't want to dare touch the other one. That one's a monster.
Oh yeah, I bet. I'm gonna grab some water real quick. Also, my Quest controller keeps saying low battery. I might have to go grab another battery and swap that out real quick. Okay, so I want to go back to the FurryCon real quick. I know I got like super off subject with the Boston stuff. You need 590 to render Vaki's Abby's alone. I honestly, yeah. I'm gonna get a 590 and expense it to you just so I can see you.
I got a medium rank. It's just not a Naruto.
No, it's good. It's fine. Hold on, I'm gonna reposition and then here we go.
But since I did that, I will switch to the lower rank one.
Oh, it's all good, bud. It's all good. I'm just joshing you.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what?
Yeah.
I do have a medium rank.
All right, let's see the medium rank. Here, I'm not gonna look directly at. See, Vaki is like the Ark. Like whenever he's switching Abbies, you just can't look directly at him. Otherwise, a ghost will fly out and like melt your face. That's the trick when it comes to Vaki and his Abbies. Oh no, my face got melted. There we go. Is that a Gengar? Oh no, it's a Kirby. Oh, it's a Pikachu. It's a purple Pikachu. I thought it was a Gengar.
It's a purple Pikachu.
Well, I mean, honestly, a Gengar kind of is a purple Pikachu. Baka. Bleh. Wait, hold on. What's the tongue stick out? There we go. Bleh. There you go. Is that what you wanted? Oh my god. That is a very purpley, sparkly blowha. or Blaha. I think that one's called in IKEA terms. Okay, so we're gonna circle back to Fernal Equinox. So, chat. For those who already know, I do have a 3D printer now, and I've decided to take on the very foolish, monumental task of making my own persona head. I'm not making a full furry suit, just the head and the tail, and like that's it. And I've posted pictures of it in the Discord. So I just like literally today finished printing the skeletal base of it. And what I'm hoping for is either not this weekend, because this weekend I'm getting ready to fly out to Boston, but when I get back from Boston to start doing the measuring and the designing and the cutting and the sewing. And I hope you Gengar is not a purple Pikachu.
It is. It literally is the Pikachu textures, and I changed it to purple.
That's it. I hope you know Gengar is not a purple Pikachu. Gotcha. That's what you're kind of saying. I mean, okay, so Gengar is just the evolved version of Haunter, and Haunter is the evolved version of Right? Wait, no, it's not Ghastly. What's the little floating ball Pokemon?
Oh my goodness.
It's Gengar, Haunter, and
Pokemon.
Hell yeah, 3D printing. Hell yeah, 3D printing. Oh, it is Ghastly. Okay. And Ghastly is just literally a ghost, right? Like, they're all ghost Pokemon. So a Gengar could be a dead Pikachu. It could be the ghost of a dead Pikachu. Ghastly, Haunter, Gengar. Gotcha. So me saying Gengar is a purple Pikachu, technically, I'm not wrong. Because we don't know what ghost the Pokemon originally came from. Okay. So back onto the 3D printing. Yeah, so I am 3D printing my Fursona head. And like I said, I just finished like the base for it. Like the whole Fursuit head isn't going to be just like one big 3D printed mess. I'm just like, I'm not doing like, because like every Fursuit head has like a foam base in it, right? So mine is not going to be foam. It's going to be like hard plastic. It's unfortunately will make it a little more difficult to pack, but I'm hoping by going with 3D printed, it will keep its shape for like longer, so it won't like, get like smush snoot syndrome that some of the older Fursuit heads will develop. Looks more like a Clefairy. Yeah, I mean that I know that's like the Pokemon fan theory is that Gengar is like a dead Clefairy. But again, it could be it's just a ghost, right? Like its original conceptual thought was like, ghost. We need a ghost Pokemon. Ghastly is literally just like a floating wisp, a floating wisp spirit. The humans in the Pokemon world are also Pokemon. The humans in the Pokemon world are also Pokemon. Do you mean Mr. Mime, or do you mean actual human beings are Pokemon? I need elaboration on here, because if this is the new Pokemon lore, that's fucking wild. That would be crazy. But I'm also all here for it. Oh man, I might need to sit down, chat. I'll be honest, I kind of broke my toe like a couple weeks ago. And yeah. So chat, I know I don't want to change the energy, I don't want to change the vibe of the stream, but my foot is it's legit hurting me, chat. I need to take a seat. I wasn't sure if I was gonna stream today because of my foot, but I was like, well, whoa, what's going on with my body here, chat? Let's see if we can fix. Yeah, that is weird. Hold on, let's try it. Let's see if we can fix this, chat. Let's see if we can fix this. Whoa. Let's try and see what we can do with this. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, chat. So I'm not normally one to sit on a stream, but given that my foot is kind of busted. Oh, now what is going on with this calibration? Let me just see if I can get this fixed. Let's see, one more calibration. There we go. I might have to turn off my full body or do like another remapping. Okay. Ooh. I did not realize how close I was, and I just kicked my... That scared me. All right, let's see if this now works any better. All right, let's see. Yeah, I think that works. I think that works. Okay, there we go, chat. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Okay, so I don't normally like to sit on my stream, but my foot's just hurting me. It's hurting me too much. I gotta sit down. It's busted, so you'll have to forgive me if if I'm sitting, chat. Sit your tiger rear down. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy that I even streamed for like an hour and 30 minutes standing on a busted ass foot. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay.
I gotta go, Noel.
Oh, all right.
See you, friend.
It was good seeing you. You take care.
Yeah. Hey, goodbye, chat. You guys have a good one.
Okay, so where was I at? Mr. Mime, Alakazam were originally humans. Wait, Alakazam was also a human? Because Alakazam was always my favorite Pokemon, so that's kind of crazy if he was also a human. We need to ponder this, chat. We need to think about this. Okay. So while we think about Alakazam being a human, oh, that'd be so weird. I mean, he does have utensils. So the reason why Alakazam is one of my favorite Pokemons is purely the fact that he has utensils. Like, because Abra doesn't have anything, right? It's just like this armored fox Pokemon that evolves into Kazam and all of a sudden gets a spoon. So that implies that if you give an Abra a spoon, they will enter their next phase of evolution, implying that cutlery is important to a Abra's evolutionary or a spoon or cutlery in general is important to an Abra's evolutionary development. And I always found that pretty fucking funny. I thought that was pretty hilarious. I might have to do like a recalibration again. Let me just do that real quick. Because my legs were locking out, and I always hate when that happens, when my legs lock out. And that's usually just because VR chat VR chat is just kind of assuming that, oh man, did I just, yeah, I think I just did some silly, there we go. There we go. Just having a little bit of a minor whoops-a-daisy, there we go. I want Renomon. That's Digimon, that's not even Pokemon. Come on now. We gotta stay on subject. We gotta stay on subject here. Also, it looks like I'm in the floor again. How do I keep ending up in the floor, chat? Alright, let's see if this works. Nope, nope, nope. This is not working. Hold on, we're gonna fix this, chat. There we go. Okay, so now if I sit down, there we go. There we go, chat. All right. You know the problem is I was just fucking around with Standable too much, space scaling, picking my fucking cabinet where I keep my 3D printer. I'm just a mess today, chat. I'm a mess, and though I'll eventually get it all sorted out. You know what it is? I think I just need to like spend an hour before the stream, like doing my spatial, like the hour before the stream starts, I should do a proper mapping of my room. Oh, though, chat, you know what I just realized? I've been talking about my fursuit head for a little bit now, and I haven't even shown you. I have taken pictures of it. Would you all like to see it, chat? Chat, would you like to see my fursuit head? Here, I'll pull up a picture of it right now. There we go. There we go, chat. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Is that not the most beautiful fursuit head you've ever seen? Is that not a glorious, beautiful fursuit head? I personally like it a lot. I think it's pretty good. It's my thumbs up of approval. I don't know. I think it's pretty good. It's in Renomon. Gengar was the other one that was a human. Yeah, I heard Gengar was possibly a human that became a Pokemon. I did hear about that. That bit of Pokemon lore. Yeah, so that's my fursuit head. That's what I'm currently working on right now. And yeah, I'm hoping that I can turn this into a beautiful, majestic tiger with nice big saber teeth. Because I'll be honest, I am a sucker for the saber teeth. I think saber teeth is a fun and cool design aesthetic on felines in general, and canines too. I like canines who have big teeth as well. All right, chat. We're going to get rid of the Fursona head because it stares into my soul. When I look at it, chat, it stares directly into my soul. All right, I just wanted to change my shirt design real quick. Okay, so chat. Gengar, Drifloon, Cheapone, Kadabra, Alakazam, Spiritomb, Honedge, Jinx, and Mr. Mime are all have human base in their Pokedex or lore. That's fucking wild. What do you mean human base? That is really, really intriguing to me. Human base in their lore, huh? Huh. That's very, very, very interesting. Okay. What? I need context for that. What do you mean human base? Like Gengar was a human that died. Okay, yeah, I knew that. Well, I heard that like Ghastly was like a child, right? And that Ghastly was like in Lavender Town, was like the friend of the kid that's like outside the tower. And then of course as like Ghastly continues its life cycle, it becomes a Gengar. Kadabra was a kid with psychic powers. Weird. Okay. Interesting. All right. What else we got? Hells yeah. Refluff, hello. Welcome on in. Loving the hearts. Lovely to see. We're just talking about Pokemon lore. I'm learning that certain Pokemon are like human base. I had no idea. For example, I knew like Gengar was a human, because I played Gen 1 Pokemon. And I played a few others. And I knew Mr. Mime is obviously, he's Mr. Mime. He's like a creepy human guy pretending to be a Pokemon. At least that's the canon inside my head. But yeah, I never thought Alakazam was a human. That is news to me. Not that I'm against it in any way. It's just that he's always been my favorite Pokemon. So to think of him as a human is really But I mean, he does have his Mega Evolution has all those spoons. And he does have like a big ass beard, right? That's pretty human-like characteristics. The Spirit Tome says that they are made of human and Pokemon souls. That's interesting. Man, I'm learning all sorts of new lores and facts about like the Pokemon world. Also, I just want to check the music level. Is the music like too quiet at all? Is it too loud? I feel like it might be a little quiet, yeah? Is that better? Is that a better volume for the music? Yeah, I guess it's all right. Drifloon leads souls away, humans. Yeah, I know Drifloon. Drifloon's is the balloon one, right? That's the balloon Pokemon. And that one like kidnaps children, if I recall correctly from the lore. It is good? Okay. Like I heard this one stole children, which is wild to me. That is crazy. Yes, okay. Okay, good. So I do have that lore at least correct. Oh man, Pokemon lore is crazy to me sometimes. Like the shit they just write in the Pokedex entry. I mean, like sometimes it feels like a fever dream. Okay, all right. So I do want to. There is some like subjects I did want to talk about, besides just crazy Pokemon lore. The next one I want to talk about. Let's see. Oh right, okay, all right. So chat. I do need to do like some house cleaning real quick for the community. We are still on the hunt for those who want to join Spell. Which Spell is an acronym. It's a community that's more or less in charge of the Halloween event planning. So those who are maybe new here to the Trove, or to my streams in general, is I like to host a huge Halloween party every October for the Treasure Trove, for this community. And I usually have like trophies and contests and big ass prizes, and we get DJs, we have judges. It's a whole smorgasbord of fun of events, activities, parties, and games. And the last 2 years, though I've had some amazing help from the moderators for like the judging and posting stuff, I still have had to do most of the planning and prep myself. And I want to basically expand this a bit and bring more people who are very invested in the community to help make the Halloween party planning that much better, to make it bigger, make the event larger. And I know we're still like, I know like for the American viewers, you're all still waiting for your Thanksgiving, there's still Christmas, but the Halloween event I want for 2026, I want it to be so big that it takes an entire year to plan for the event. Like I want it to be a real extravaganza. So we need more Spell members. Not all the slots have been taken, so we still need more members. There's more slots open, and when I get back from Boston, we will be meeting up for our first Spell members meeting. Which, if you want to be members of Spell, the acronym stands for Spooky Party Event Leadership League. So basically, it's just like you're part of the council that decides what, where, and how the Halloween party takes place. So, if you want to join that, send me a message directly to join, or you can write it to one of the moderators, and they can let you into the Spell channel. There's also a secret spot in the Discord for Spell members, and the Spell members will also be getting special items they can put on their avatar to say, "Hey, I'm a Spell member. I'm a part of Spell." So, please, if anybody wants to join and wants to help me plan for the Halloween party, let me know, and we'll get that started. I joined Spell. Oh, that's right, Thundra. I didn't know you joined Spell. Did you make sure to give yourself the special Spell role? Because the thing is, like, moderators, like, by default get access to the Spell channel, just because I wanted to make sure moderators had access to it. Yes, okay, good. Awesome. I has the roles. Cool. Okay, so Spell members will be getting, like I said, they'll be getting a special item. It'll be like a little badge that you can put on your avatar that will say Spell on it, with the NOLA logo. I'm gonna get some water real quick. My throat, it's funny. I always like to do 4-hour streams, but my voice these days feels like it's having a harder and harder time trying to do the 4 hours. I guess because maybe I yell too much. I need to learn to control my voice. The thing is, when I'm presenting, right, when I'm streaming, I like to project my volume. I like to really like throw my voice out there to make sure that it feels full and boisterous and has lots of energy behind it, but it is pretty brutal on my vocal cords, I'll be honest. It's winter. Yeah, yep, it is winter, that is true. The air is drier. That also hurts the throat. You're not wrong on that. Okay. So, now that I've done a little bit of house cleaning, and I've talked a little bit about Spell, which there are perks. There are perks to Spell. It's not just all work. Like I said, you get a special item. You'll get special thanks at the end of the Halloween party. And you're automatically picked to be a judge if you so desire to be, if you're in the Spell community. And when you... Oh, hey! A new follower! Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Welcome on in. Let's see. Kin Thick Fur, thank you so much. I appreciate you and following little old Noel here. Welcome on into the treasure trove. Grab a seat, grab a blanket, get comfy, but most importantly, allow me to entertain you. Ads again. That's true. When you get excited, you talk fast and loud. That's true. When I get very like hyper and like thrilled, and it's something I'm actually trying to work on a little bit, is to slow my speech down a bit. Not because I think talking fast is bad, but I want to make sure that people who are watching me like can hear everything I'm saying, and B, I am like enunciating and pronouncing the words correctly. Because I was actually watching the last stream, because I like to watch my past streams. One, because I'm a narcissist, but also two is because I want to get better. I want to become a better streamer. I want to be a better entertainer, better presenter. And I notice one of the big problems I have is I talk way too fast when I get too excited. So I definitely need to slow it down. Not too slow, though, obviously. I don't want people to get bored. But like that's just like the little bit of like self-reflection and self-analytics I've done. And honestly, I think talking slower will probably help my voice on longer streams in the long run. So I do need to learn to slow it down a bit. Some truck hit me and now I'm here. Howdy, y'all. Oh, damn. Were you isekai'd? Well, welcome to the Furryverse. A part of your isekai package is you get to pick out your new fursona. So go ahead, take your time. There's no rush, and get ready to enjoy your reincarnation. But yeah, so Spell community members, anyone who wants to join, let me know. We have slots open, and I would be not just I, but the community as a whole would be very grateful if you join Spell. Ooh. Okay, so with that, I do need to talk about the free items, right? So, that's the thing too. If you're part of Spell and you're helping with this is another thing I want to give to Spell members. If you're a member of Spell and you're contributing to, like, you're actually actively contributing to help the Treasure Trove community event, you will also get free access to the Vault, which, for those who already know, the Vault is a secret part of the Discord for those who are subscribed to the Twitch channel or are a server booster because they have a Nitro account. And basically, in the Vault, I give away one free item every month. So for VR chat, that is. So if you want like free stuff for your avatar, become a supporter or join Spell. because by joining Spell, you're basically like, instead of giving me like financial support and the community, you're giving me your time. You're volunteering your time to make the community that much better. So as my humble way of saying thank you for that, I give away free VR chat items for your avatar, so that way you can make it more cool, more customizable, or just sometimes, usually it's also something goofy. I like making goofy props for avatars. Let's see. Yes, because you will be talking less and not overworking your vocal cords. It is a set of muscles. That's true, your vocal cords are a set of muscles. Lucky people, yeah. Or winning the Halloween contest. How are you? Hey, Noob Gamer, I'm doing good. We're rocking a new Abby, as you can tell, rocking a new look, feeling good. I am currently sitting right now, so that's why I'm not like quite moving around as much. I did. Hold on, let me move the camera down lower. I did break my feet, so my foot is a little busted right now. So we're doing a sitting stream today, mostly so that I was standing for the first couple hours, and I honestly thought that I could stand for the whole stream, but it's a no-go. It's not gonna work. My foot hurts too bad. I'm in a little too much pain. So we're doing a sitting stream today, but I promise you it will still have a lot of that good TO energy that you like so much. Beans, that's right. You know, there is a bean redeem. If you want to see more beans, I have a redeem for that now. Trove access. Yes, you do get Trove access. So if you join Spell and you're willing to volunteer your time to support the community, I give you access to the vault, which gives you behind the scenes content. It gives you free VR chat asset, avatar stuff. And, you know, you hang out, you get to hang out with a cool club of people that are awesome supporters. Like you. Okay, so that takes care of Spell. And now I want to talk about, speaking about free items and the vault, I do want to talk about December's vault item. Now, I know this may not come as a surprise for some of you, and you'll probably bully me for this, but December's item might be just a little bit late. Just a teeny tiny bit late. Just a little bit, chat. A little bit. Bear with me. Bear with me here. The only reason why it's going to be late is because I will technically be in Boston on the first week of December. It's totally not because I forgot to make one and I'm really behind schedule. And it's 100% because I'm going to be in Boston for the first week of December. I promise you, that is the reason why. Nothing to do with me being late or me being late on the project. I promise. Permission to give you a hug? Absolutely, noob. Come here. Let me give you a big hug. Big old hug. And a head pat too. Boop. But yeah, no, so I'm sorry, chat. I know I said I'm going to be better and I wasn't going to be late. And I was trying really hard not to be late. Matter of fact, the October asset wasn't late. October was on time. November was admittedly a week late. But is the November asset not fucking awesome? Is it not really? Which I wish I had it on this avatar. It's on my other one. But isn't the November asset pretty dope? Thank you much. Needed. Oh, of course. So yeah. So I promise you the December one is going to be good. The December, I am pretty excited for how the December one is coming. Admittedly, I may not have it done before I go on that trip, and then I'll come back, and I'll be already late. That's besides the point. The point is, I have a legit reason to not give it on the first, and it's because I will not even be in my country. I will be traveling abroad, technically. So, Totally not my fault. Cannot blame me. Yeah. I am totally not responsible for the tardiness this time. Is that cool? Is everybody cool with that? Nobody's gonna... There's no pitchforks or torches coming after me for being a little bit late. I would like the December one before Christmas, please. You will. I promise. I promise it will be before Christmas. Like I said, it's coming along nicely. I'm really liking how it's turning out. And I think you'll all be pleasantly pleased by it. So, it might be one I even sell. Honestly, I'm liking it so much. I might give it away at the vault and then also sell it at the same time, which is not normally something I do, but I'm really liking this one that much. Personally, anyways. I would have to on an avatar for Christmas or my B-Day. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think it would fit really well. Oh, speaking of which, Thundra, did you like the dagger I gave you? Is that dagger been working really well for you? I'm super curious on like how that turned out. By the way, Noob Gamer, how have you been doing? Are you doing good? Are you living a good life? Did you have a good weekend, BT Dub? Yes. All right. Hell yeah. It is one of my avatars. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Glad to see it. Okay. So we've talked about the asset. Okay. So you know what's funny? So this is one of the few streams I think I had where I haven't had like the Agents of Chaos behind me. And it does feel strange not to have like their voices behind me during moments of pause. I find that very, very interesting. Let's see. I've been okay. Oh, okay. Well, I hope things continue to get better then. I hope whatever state you are in now, Noob, is going to be your baseline. And from this point onward, you're going to do that much better. Let's see. Life has been busy with work. Work has been a little stressful, but I moved up a little bit. Oh, okay. That's good. Wait, you moved up? Oh, you moved. Like, did you move to like a new house? Also, I feel you with like the being busy with like life stuff. Like, I totally get that. Sometimes life can get very hectic and can get very crazy. And I'm glad to hear though that everything's going good. That warms my heart. Oh, you moved up in position. Oh, well, that's amazing though. Congratulations. I'm super happy to hear that. Super happy to hear that, Noob. So like, are you now the boss? Are you the new head honcho? Excuse me. I did not mean to yawn. That's not good. I shouldn't be yawning in my own stream. To be fair though, it's been a long day. I do work also a day job before these streams, so you know, I guess it's understandable if I have a little bit of a yawn. But yeah, congratulations again. I'm moving up the position. That's really cool. That's super rad. Love to see it. Love to see it. Okay, so let's see here now. Oh, okay. So based on the title on this stream, there was some like other subjects I wanted to talk about. Which one of them, I believe, with the stream title, I think I mentioned it in the stream title. There is some fun updates about SteamOS. So for those who aren't in the know, Valve is like this, and this kind of like dates back to 2002, I believe. Oh no, for the industry I work in, I don't want to be the boss. Lol. I've been a manager before, and I've had people talk bad about me. Oof, that sucks. People talk bad about me behind my back, so I don't want to go back into that kind of thing. That's, you know what? That's valid. That's valid. I wouldn't want, you know what? Like, honestly, like, okay, before I go into the SteamOS, I do want to talk about one thing that I find super interesting. So one thing I always thought kind of interesting was like how there is a lot of push in our hyper capitalistic market. Actually, you know what? While I go into this talking about capitalism, let's put on my appropriate shirt here. So like with our like hyper capitalistic world we live in, there's always this like really big push to be like the most ambitious person alive. And I'll be honest, I've fallen into it. I go into I do a lot of hustle culture tactic shit that's like super bad for your health, and we honestly shouldn't be doing it. And there's this like big push that if you're not being overly ambitious with your career growth, you're not doing it right. And I just want to like let people know that if you're in a position in your career and you're happy in it and you don't want to like continue on, like there's nothing wrong with that. That is perfectly okay and should be considered acceptable in my opinion. Like there's no need. There's this weird idea that you have to keep pushing yourself further and further and further until the point you reach like, I don't know, until you like, and that's why there's so many people in high management positions who are really bad, because they kept going like super high into the point of like to a position where they weren't trained well enough or didn't have enough experience, and then they just failed. Like they were set up for failure because of their own like extreme ambition, and they weren't given enough training or guidance or support or whatever the reason is. And I just feel like we don't always need to like push ourselves or feel like we're obligated to be pushed into higher and higher positions. That is a lie. And honestly, people sometimes work really, really hard for these ambitious positions that are not even achievable sometimes, because the place they work in is just like holds a fake carrot in front of their, like a fake carrot on a stake to get you to work harder without paying you more, a promise of promotion and scaling up. And that is just a big corpo tactic. Like if you have a career path that you're enjoying and you don't want to change positions because you just like what you're doing, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. And anyone who tells you otherwise has been goofed. They have been bamboozled by big corpo. And I say, fuck them. do what you want to do, and as long as you keeping a roof over your head and you're happy doing it, then you're doing it right. You're doing it the right way. So don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. Ooh, hydration redeem. Absolutely. I'll take that hydration redeem. Where's my water? Oh, that water is delicious. The issue I had was I was told by others that I deserved to be manager, and no one deserved it better than you. Then heard them complaining about me and how I do things and talking bad about my team. This was at a prior job, but I don't want that to happen again. Totally valid. I think that's, you know what, honestly, that's some real. It sounds like your management team. Hey, P-Tex. Oh wait, no, he's really far behind me. with no background context, it's hard to tell if P-Tex is really small or just far behind me. Hey! Oh, I hear myself on stream. There you go. So yeah, no, that sounds like you either A, didn't have proper support from your management, like your management team, like the people you addressed to, or your team didn't have your back. Either way, sounds like a toxic work environment, and it's good that you got out of there. I don't know. That's what I think anyways, but what do I know? I'm just a tiger on the internet. Also, P-Tex, how you doing?
I'm okay, I'm chilling.
Hell yeah. Chilling's good. I think this stream is a very chill vibe, honestly. Mostly because I'm sitting and because again, we'll do a little bean redeem. Mostly because I'm sitting and my foot is fucking busted. Oh my god, I'm in the floor. Oh, it's because I'm covering my trackers. But yeah, look at these beans. Also, do you like my pants, chat? Like I designed the pattern myself. I was very happy how they turned out. Crotch shot. TOS. All right. Yeah, the camera goes. My hips go wonky because I cover up the cameras. How are you doing, Noel? I hope you're doing well. Honestly, I'm doing pretty good. So I broke my toe, or maybe like sprained it really bad. I don't know, honestly. Either way, I can't put much pressure on it. And like the first half of this stream, I was like standing like an idiot. And well, I stand mostly so that it feels like I'm really putting on a show, right? Because at the end of the day, that's how I always view Twitch streaming. It's like I'm here to entertain you, right? You're giving me your time and attention, which I'm grateful for. And my responsibility back to you all is to be entertaining, to be fun, to be engaging, to make your lives a little bit better in some shape or form. And I don't feel like I can give my best performance, my best entertainment to you all normally sitting. I feel like I'm a lot more fun and engaging while standing. It makes me feel like I'm putting on a real show. Matter of fact, there's a stage over there I should probably stand at to really get that feeling. But I like the lighting here. Like the lighting that I'm in right now is like perfect lighting in my opinion. And so I always worry that my energy will feel a bit off if I'm sitting. Like even now when I went from standing to sitting, I feel like there was like an energy shift in me. But I think for my health and long term with my busted ass foot, probably best if I remain sitting for the rest of the stream. So I guess the very long and convoluted answer to your question is I'm good, my foot's busted, but all around spirits are still high. Sorry to hear about your foot.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah, that's it, right? It's important to take care of yourself. Sorry about your foot. I hope you heal quickly. Honestly, me too. The hardest part about having my busted foot is I can't run. I can't really go to the gym properly. I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow, though, no matter what. I'm going to the gym. I don't care if my foot's still busted. I'm going to lift my ass there. It's been like several days now since I've lifted, and it's driving me crazy. I got to go pump that iron. I got to get swole. I'm sure I speak on behalf of everyone here. You are really appreciated for all you do. Aw, you're awesome. No, you're awesome, noob. But first, thank you. I really appreciate that. Like that legit's swole, Noel. I really appreciate that, honestly. I hope I'm entertaining for you all. I hope I bring a little levity and a little bit of joy in your life from this big goofy tiger. But yeah, like I just wish I could do it standing. I wish I could take full advantage of this full body tracking instead of just doing what everybody does when they get full body tracking, which is then to proceed immediately to lay down or sit. Isn't that such a stereotype?
Yeah, true. Mirror dwelling. But since you mentioned full body tracking, I'm excited for the flex pose.
Yes, me too. P-Tex, why don't you take over stream for a bit while I drink some more water, and
Sure.
tell chat about the new VR tracking.
So FlexPulse is supposed to be the next generation of EMF-based tracking, so electromagnetic frequencies, where basically one of the trackers works as a beacon, emits a really powerful magnet that changes very often. To be exact, if I remember correctly, it was 20 kilohertz. And then other trackers just measure that magnetic field to judge their position of where they are based on that beacon. The only real drawback of that solution is it can have some issues with interference from other metal objects. Though they claim they mostly managed to reduce it, which is why it's the next generation of EMF-based tracking, and it's supposed to launch in like 4 days. Or to be specific, they Kickstarter launch just in 4 days. They already have the made product. They're starting a Kickstarter to launch it into production because they need to start production on it. But it looks really promising. There's like 20 people who have them as a beta tester received them, and they've been saying good things. In general, it looks really good. They're also a lot cheaper. They're priced about similar to like slime trackers, and they're also very tiny. Except for the one specific tracker that's a beacon, they're smaller than even the slimes.
Wow, they're smaller than even the
supposed to
slime
have no
trackers?
drift. Yes.
Wow.
And also another useful thing, their solution for calibrating two play spaces, so you don't have to calibrate a play space each time you get into VR and install your full body tracking to sync it with your Steam play space. They just attach just one tracker to the headset itself.
Damn, that's pretty
Those
clever,
trackers are also a
actually.
lot cheaper.
Could you send me the link for that, or could you drop it? I guess maybe in the Twitch chat for the viewers to see, so that way, for the viewers out there who want full body tracking, but don't want to spend an arm and a leg. Again, I'm still happy with my Vive Ultimates, but I know they're not necessarily like an option for everybody who's watching, because they are.
These ones are also nice because they're occlusion free, so you don't have to curb with cameras. You can be under a blanket and stuff. That is
really nice. I like that a lot. That's a 10 out of 10.
Battery. They're supposed to last 24 hours, about 24 hours. The main beacon. The smart ones.
Really, 24 hours. That's pretty good. Also, I am listening. Sorry for all the weird facial expressions. This is my first time in VR with this avatar, just FYI. So I actually don't know all the expressions, but Albert always kind of maps the same facial expression for all the Abbies. So even though I've never used this Abby, I feel like I already know all the expression mapping. Oh, there we go.
I posted the link in chat. Another thing is they're semi-open source, as in they already said they're gonna release like all of their documentation fully public, including like the cut files for the casing and stuff.
Damn.
So you can like mod it yourself or repair it.
Hell yeah. All right. Wow, that sounds like a pretty fucking good solution. You know, honestly, if they're affordable, I might use them in conjunction with my tracker so I can get like full knee, elbow, and chest movement.
So the standard set, which is the beacon, which is also a tracker plus 5 extra trackers, is €400. The Pro Kit, which is 8 trackers plus the beacon, is 600. Plus like the charger and stuff, the dock.
Well, it's a little more pricey than like Slime VR though.
They're slightly more pricey, but they're meant to have absolutely no drift, because slimes do have the issue of having to recalibrate like roughly once every half an hour or an hour due to drift.
Yeah,
which is the issue of IMU based tracking.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I mean, if it's a higher quality product, I guess we'll have to wait for the reviews too and see what people say about it, like on initial testing.
And again, for 600 you get like full 8 trackers plus the beacon, which is so 9 trackers plus the dock for them for charging and connecting to PC.
No, that all sounds really, really good. Honestly, I'm pretty stoked to see. I'm pretty stoked to see it and hear the reviews on it, and if it's good. The only thing that would hesitate for me buying it right away is that I am saving up money for the Steam frame, because I am very because I'm ready to get off this Quest 3. Like I'm over the Quest 3. Like, not that it's a bad headset, but like, even if the Steam frame is only a moderate upgrade, just the dedicated Wi-Fi 6 channel for the data stream and the foveated rendering alone is enough for me to be done with Meta and just move on to Valve's products now. Not that I need much of an excuse to fucking jump ship anyways. But yeah, okay. So that's super cool. And speaking about more VR news and just gaming news in general, there was an update to SteamOS in the latest beta version that's accessible. I think it's like let me see what my notes say. Like 3.37 or something. They just introduced native VR support, which is, makes sense because Q1 is supposed to be when the Steam frame drops. Most likely, it might be very soon in Q1. It might be even in January for all we know, with the fact that they just brought in full native. Because now this is the thing, Steam VR could technically have supported like VR in it, but it wasn't a native support. It was just a product of the Proton translation layer. But now they have brought it natively into SteamOS, like officially, which means two things. One, the Steam frame will be launching, which they did say it would be in Q1 of 2026, but quarter one is still like a pretty large 3-month time frame, right? Because there's still no official date. It was just Q1 or early 2026. I
yeah.
So I assumed it was going to be like the Steam Deck and come out in March. However, if they're bringing in VR, it might be January, February, actually. I doubt January, though. I have a sneaky suspicion it'll probably be February. And also, too, the native SteamOS support for VR technically means, chat, right now, if you update your Steam Deck's OS, you can technically run VR chat with a VR headset, like, for example, using your Quest to your Steam Deck. Like, right now, if you own a Steam Deck, you technically have a VR-ready PC, or a VR-ready device to run your VR headset to. So, if you have a good enough router, you already own a Quest 3, if you upload Steam Link to it, you can probably connect to your Steam Deck. If it doesn't detect it right away, you might have to do some finagling. But yeah, I've already seen a video of somebody running VR chat to their Steam Deck in VR. So give it a try. Have fun with it. I do own a Steam Deck and I love it. And now that I know that it can run VR, I might take it with me on my Boston trip so I can do VR in Boston with it. I think that'd be pretty funny. Oh, you know what? Speaking about the Boston trip, I know I mentioned that there's going to be no stream next week because I will be in Boston. I just want to reiterate that again. But also, chat, I'm not going to be able to host this community meetup because I will be getting ready to fly out to Boston. So that doesn't mean there won't be any community event happening at all. Like, I'm sure one of our amazing moderators will run a community event. Like, maybe PTEX, do you want to run the next event?
I'll see.
Okay.
If I'll have time, but maybe.
All right. I'm sure one of the moderators will be able to run the community event, whether it be PTEX or Glacier or Thundra. Either way, unfortunately, I won't be there. Not that I don't want to be there, of course. It's just I will be traveling to Boston. Actually, now that I think about it, I won't probably be around for either events because I'll be flying on... I fly out that Sunday morning, so I like to spend my Saturday getting ready, and then the following weekend I will also be traveling. So, oh, I see Jay wants to join. Absolutely, Jay can join. So yeah, chat, I just want to let you know that I will be traveling, so I won't be at the community meetup, but the meetups will still be happening. I'm sure I haven't talked to which moderator will be running it, but I'm sure one of the mods will be running it, and there'll be good times to be had. I am a little sad because I love hanging out with everybody in VR chat, but, you know, it is what it is. C'est la vie. Okay, that is one thing I did want to mention. Okay, and let's see. Oh, okay, this is the other thing I want to talk about, though, with SteamOS getting native VR support, which, I mean, honestly, it makes sense. Like, if you think about like the Steam frames coming out, and that's going to be a Linux-based system. You know, they did say this was a PC first headset. Also, hi Jay, good to see you. Good to see you. How you doing?
Doing all right.
That's good. That's good.
Finally.
Thank you. Do you like the new Abby?
Very much so.
Heck yeah. Have you been watching on stream?
Unfortunately, no. I've just been kind of chilling here.
Oh, okay. Well, just to let you know, we are streaming right now, so that's the only thing I...
Gotcha.
Yeah, so, okay. So, chat. Where was I at? Oh, okay, right. So, obviously, it makes sense that with the Steam frame coming out, and it's a Linux-based headset, that they'd want to introduce native VR support and not just run through the Proton layer to translate it back and forth. However, that does kind of confirm my suspicion because they did say Steam Frame was going to talk to the Steam Machine. That does confirm my suspicion, though, that that the Steam Machine will be a VR machine. So, for those who are worried that because it's so small, that it was going to have thermal throttling issues because of the you know, because it's small size, right? And VR is like generally VR. Let's be honest, VR is very GPU intensive. It will cause PCs to overheat. Thunder knows that with their Tesseract. But they've clearly thought about this because they want people to use the Steam frame with their Steam machine. And if you're going to get a VR headset, you obviously want to play VR games. But I also find it the most impressive thing is the fact that the Steam Deck can play VR games. Matter of fact, the video that I was referencing was somebody playing Half-Life Alyx on the Steam Deck with their VR headset. I thought that was pretty fucking badass. Like, that is pretty cool to play Half-Life Alyx on the Steam Deck with your Steam VR machine. I don't know. I think it's pretty badass. I think that's pretty cool. What do you think, Ptex?
Soon Valve will have a real monopoly. You'll no longer need any PC parts. You'll no longer need Nvidia. You'll play a Steam game like Half-Life on a Steam hardware, like the Steam machine.
Pretty
You see your
much.
Steam monitor on your Steam controller.
But the funny thing is, right, is it's not even a... So, like, you know, it's funny that you mentioned the Monopoly thing, right? Because like, they did do that survey on, like other
That survey
developers.
was completely rigged.
Oh, absolutely.
That survey was
Absolutely.
run by people who were against Steam from the beginning, who were trying to get more people to go to shady stores like Eneba and stuff, which resell Steam keys often.
That's it.
And
That's
their
it. I
whole
know
point
it
was
is
trying to get
100...
more developers to like go to different stores.
Oh, I know 100% that whole survey was a fucking scam. But it is funny because even if that was remotely true, which it's not, Valve is not a monopoly at all. There's plenty of competitions out there. The only reason why it would even feel like it's a competition is because their product is so good that they just fucking and I'm not saying this as a, trust me, I am a big fuck big corpo guy. But they literally just made a product so fucking solid that nobody can compete with it, because the second anyone introduces a new player to the contest, it has to do it has to be at the bare minimum at the same level of functionality as Steam is. But then also too, if you introduce any shitty anti-consumer practices, you better be offering something better than fucking Steam, because people already have all their friends on Steam, they have all their games on Steam, and Steam's, in general speaking, has really good consumer-friendly practices. Their terms of service does generally benefit the end user, customers like me and you. And like, if any store comes out there and they're like, hey, we're gonna shaft our players and make sure they feel like they don't own anything, well, you better be offering something fucking better than Steam to get us to jump ship onto your shitty platform. And you know, places like Amazon had to learn that lesson the hard way when they introduced, you know, like Prime Play. Like, I mean, and you would think if anyone could fucking do it, it'd be Amazon. They already have Twitch, right? Like, they have Twitch, which is where a lot of gamers hang out to watch people play. So you would think they would have a perfect platform to market Prime Play super well. And they did. They tried really hard to market their shitty game platform thing that nobody used because it was vastly inferior to what fucking Steam was. Let's see. Except you, Don. Except you don't actually own the games on Steam, which sucks. Yeah, well, I mean, that kind of comes down to the terms of service of like the developer who sells the game, because there are some developers who don't have any like what's the thing I'm looking for? The thing where they embed games to basically ensure that you have to be online. RDMs or DRM, yeah. There are games that don't have that are sold on Steam, and technically speaking, you do own that game. Like, you like as long as it requires some online network bullshit that they can take down, like they can remove your copy of your game from your machine because they just don't give you access to the online server code. Technically speaking, then you do own that game. That is your game to own. Because this is the thing. Every time you download a game from Steam, you're technically downloading the client onto your, like, you're downloading the packages onto your machine, your local client. If you simply just uninstalled Steam with some of the games you own, you could just launch the game still. Like, you could just launch it, and as long as it have online functionality to it, you can just play it just fine. So it really comes down
And
to...
also,
Mhm.
that's just the industry in general currently. It's not just Steam. Any store you go to usually is just you licensing the game, not actually owning it physically, the software itself. And Steam itself isn't that bad about it. Even games that were in the past removed or completely pulled from Steam, you cannot even get them anymore. People who bought them at the time, who still have it in their library, they can still download it off of Steam and still play it.
Oh yeah,
Example being
100.
The game I have, like Hellion. And
Yeah.
which is not the case for other stores. Example being PlayStation, which has in the past pulled games, and then you couldn't, even if you bought it, you couldn't open it anymore on your PlayStation. Games you bought through the PlayStation digital store.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And so it really comes down more to, so like, yeah, maybe you're like Steam's end user agreement says you're still licensing them, but they still give support to games as long as the developer gives like some sort of support or allows for people to play the game like offline, which honestly single player games should not need online functionality. That's a real shit move that like big publishers started doing to turn their single player games into fucking live service bullshit, and also to basically be able to pull their game off whenever they want, so that way they can resell you a master collection later, or like a mastered version of it.
Stop Killing Games can fix that.
Well, that's it, which is one of the talking points I was actually going to segue us into, which is in global news, Stop Killing Games, which, if you don't know, is a super rad fucking movement to basically end this really shitty and like basically it's a new form of digital consumer protection rights. So just like we have pretty awesome rights, at least in the country that I live in, and I assume yours as well, PTEX, like we have some pretty good consumer protection laws that basically states like, hey, if you buy something, you own it and you can do whatever you fucking what you want with it, with a physical good. However, as in many things in politics, they can't quite keep up with how fast digital stuff is evolving and changing. And so the Stop Killing Games Act was a really cool thing that tried to basically ensure that if you bought a game online, that the developer couldn't just arbitrarily stop you from accessing it. Basically trying to give you the same rights you have on physical goods as you do on digital goods, that as you own it, even if it's some licensing bullshit, you paid for it, so you still own it in perpetuity. You can still access it, you can still play it. I'm personally very for it, even as a professional game developer. I really enjoy it, and honestly, most of the detractors of it fucking don't know what they're talking about, honestly. Anyone who detracts from Stop Killing Games fucking can fuck right off. They work for Big Corpo, or they've been brainwashed by Big Corpo. Literally nothing about the movement is negative towards real developers. The only person it really hurts is Big Corpo and their ability to nickel and dime you for fucking everything you have. Because that's all this is. All it is a big scheme to basically take away things you pay for so you can get you to pay for it again. And Stop Killing Games is literally a movement to say, hey, the things you buy, whether it be physical or digital, is yours, and you can continue to access it and play with it and enjoy it in perpetuity because you have paid for this good. And it's gotten some pretty big traction in the UK, which makes me super... Was it UK or was it in the European Union, the EU?
In the UK. Both. So in the EU, the petition fully went through, as in like it gathered enough signatures and stuff, and it's gonna be discussed within the parliament. In the UK, while the movement hasn't gone too far, very recently the UK parliament themselves started talking about Stop Killing Games, and like many of the what was the word? Politicians who work in parliament, wherever the word was, started talking about Stop Killing Games and saying that even they like to play games, and even some of them play like games that have been brought fully offline, but there are still private servers on and stuff.
Yeah. Which honestly, like, I mean, and that's a good solution for like multiplayer games too. But there's so many single player games that just got pulled because the publisher put in some arbitrary online bullshit for their fucking for their in-game store and shit like that. And
Yeah.
like I love the fact that Stop Killing Game was like, hey, listen, we don't expect a developer to support servers in perpetuity, because obviously that shit costs money, and if you're not making money anymore, like at the end of the day, it is still a business, so that's understandable. However, you have to give us the ability, like you mentioned, to basically run our own private server, so that way we can still boot up our games and play with them and enjoy them. Like don't just arbitrarily gatekeep this shit because you say it's to protect your intellectual property, but really it's like, again, it's so they can it's so they can resell a master's collection back to you. Basically, they want the ability
There's
to.
also an important caveat there.
Mhm.
So they specifically also said that it's gonna affect future games. Games that are currently out are too late, but for any future made games, because currently some of the developers even cannot really release the server files if they wanted to, because they can be owned by third-party proprietary companies that deal with hosting and stuff. But in the future, it's not gonna be as big of an issue, because market will adapt. They will adapt to the fact that, okay, let's make servers more open, server software itself. There will be third-party companies that provide server software that start making it more open, so in the future, when the game is gonna get shut down, it can be released publicly.
Yeah. Well, you know what though? The funny thing is they can this is the thing, right? That type of issue only really arises with like proprietary third-party server stuff, is when they do a client to server setup. But most games,
Mostly
in their
MMOs.
yeah, like MMOs and stuff like that. But a lot of multiplayer games in their early developmental phases and like things like that, they're usually set up via client-to-client setup. So basically, one of the players acts as the server, and all the other people connect to them. And the thing is, generally when this switch is made from client-to-client to dedicated server setup, the code for client-to-client doesn't fucking disappear. It's still there in some shape or form. It's literally just you have to just disconnect the call to the dedicated server and go back to a client setup. So like your favorite shooters that have disappeared, they could come back just by simply re-enabling the client-to-client's server setup. And I know this because I've worked in live service multiplayer games, and like every game I work in starts as a client-to-client setup. And the reason why is because if we ever need to go back to client-to-client for some reason during development, it's easier if your network architecture is set up in client-to-client to begin with and to go back to it than it is than if you're set up in a dedicated server setup and you need to go switch over to a client-to-client. Like, it's easier to go from client-to-client to dedicated than it is to go from dedicated back to client-to-client. So if your architecture was already built up in the sense to be client-to-client, then you're already in a very good position to go back into that. So even like the claim of proprietary third-party shit, unless it's in a fucking MMO and the whole thing, like the whole thing foundationally is built around dedicated server, which honestly MMO I think is maybe the one exception for that, then I find all those other arguments usually fucking bullshit. And literally, if they just weren't fucking trying to gatekeep that shit, it could easily be fixed.
Yeah, but Stop Killing Games is taking that into consideration, like how there can be licensing deals and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's nice for them to do that. I just wish that, people would be more aggressive towards these big corporations, like I get that why, Stop Killing Games has to find the middle ground. Because if you don't take the middle ground, then nothing really gets done. And sometimes you have to make compromises, and I understand that. That as somebody who is all about this type of energy, sometimes you just want to just really fucking give it to him, Sometimes I don't want just a little W. I want a big W. I want a big fucking win for the gamers. I don't know. That's just my own personal opinion about it. But then again, I'm not the one running big gaming games, and it's probably good that I don't. Because they'd be like, whoa, no, you're way too aggressive on this. So you have to give some compromises. And I'm like, no, it's everything or nothing. Give me death or give me liberty.
But yeah, that's also good. While it turns out that many of the politicians working in the UK government, they say they are gamers, they can also understand both sides. they aren't going in the problem not knowing anything, and they're also already partially in the topic. They know, they like even said it might not be realistic to always expect like MMOs to stay online and stuff, but they said that in this case one option would be to, when buying the game, give a minimum deadline, how minimum this long will keep the game open. For like minimum 3 years it will be open.
Yeah.
Like maybe announce a deadline till when it's open, or at least for how long minimum.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And it's cool that the people in Parliament are also gamers. I wish the politicians here in Canada and the US were gamers, but they're so fucking old dinosaurs. Like, honestly, like the fact that they're even still in office. Like, I think fucking what was his name? Who's the turtle guy on the Republican side? Like the you know who I'm talking about, right? Like, he literally looks like a decrepit turtle. I can't describe him, but like that dude's like 82 years old, and it's crazy that he's still like the former leader of the Republican Party. What was his name? Mitch McConnell. That's who I'm thinking of. Oh, I lost some frames there for a minute. Yeah, Mitch McConnell. That's the name I'm thinking of. Yeah, thank you, Myth McConnell. Yeah, that dude, that guy looks like the Crypt Keeper, man. Like, I feel like, I don't want to be ageist, but I do feel like at a certain point, they need to retire. Or like, there needs to be like a forced retirement age. Like, you can't have an 82-year-old politician, like, making decisions for the government. They're at such a, like, detached age from the general population that they don't really understand what the average people actually need. Like, there needs to be like a minimum, like public service needs to be something, like needs to be people who run an office need to remember that A, it's a public service, and B, need to actually represent, I don't know, in some shape or form, the demographic of their own constituents. Like, it's crazy, these lifelong politicians, like, and like it's literally their whole life. Yeah. I saw him in Pan's Labyrinth. Yeah, legit. Like, that's crazy. That dude, fucking, he really is like Tales from the Crypt Keeper. Also, just generally not a nice guy. Like, just generally, I mean, I don't like him because he's very anti-LGBTQ. And all around, in my opinion, just kind of a piece of shit guy. But I detract. We're getting.
What he looked like. I actually didn't know what he looked like, so I had to look him up. Yeah, he does look like a turtle.
Doesn't he look like a turtle? He straight up looks like a turtle.
He's all neck.
And it's like, he has like that weird thing like on his like middle of his lip. I mean, I'm not, listen, maybe I shouldn't rag on his looks too much. I don't like to be a guy who's just like belittling people because of how they look. But I think Mitch McConnell fucking has it coming. Like, that dude passed some pretty evil and shitty policies, in my opinion. And
I'm curious, I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah, look him up. The dude looks like a dehydrated turtle.
He looks like the sensei from Kung Fu Panda.
Doesn't he? He looks like the shitty cousin of the Kung Fu Panda turtle. He's like the shitty cousin that you don't really want around for Thanksgiving. Did you like, oh, did you invite Mitch McConnell? And they're like, oh, why'd you invite that guy to the turtle Thanksgiving? And he's like, well, he's family. His views are a little old, but he's family. What can you do? Okay, so I'm super glad that the Stop Killing Games, we'll go into Stop Killing Games. I'm super glad that got passed. But some other shit that got passed, or is getting pushed more broadly, and it's making me nervous, is like the new Online Protection Act, and this weird shit where it's like, hey, if our algorithm is unsure that you are actually 18, you have to give us your legal identification. You have to show us a picture of your driver's license. So you know, I'm a bit of an older guy, right? Like, I'm your beloved neighborhood Tio, and I remember a pre-internet era, and I mean, because we live in a very, very obviously interconnected post-internet creation era where fucking everything has to be connected to the internet. Your goddamn refrigerator nowadays has to be connected to an internet, right?
You can tweet from your refrigerator.
Yeah, you can tweet from your fucking refrigerator now. Like, which is crazy, right? Like, I remember when TVs first came out and had to be connected to the internet, and people were like, why the fuck do I need to connect my TV? And it's like, well, it's a smart TV. And they're like, well, maybe I want a dumb TV. Can I just have a TV? You can't even get a non-connected TV nowadays.
TVs are a scam in itself with software updates, where the producer manufacturer's own purpose uploads software to make your TV slower over time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's called engineered obsolescence. I can get into a whole dive about that, but I want to talk about the other thing real quick that like the main thread line, and then we'll get into engineered obsolescence. But I mean, 'cause it's the same tactic that cell phone companies do. So, fucking the Online Protection Act shit, where they're like, hey, we want to protect our, they did it under the guise of the whole, we want to protect children from dangerous, controversial material that could turn them into extremists. Basically, they didn't want their young Billy to find out that there was gay people out there. That's the real crux of it. But they did it under the whole guise of, hey, we want to protect kids, blah blah blah. So they're like, hey, if our algorithm is unsure that you're actually 18, you have to give a government issued ID. And the thing is, I remember the post-internet era, and I have seen, I mean, I grew up with it, right? Like, I was a kid post-internet, and I became an adolescent when, teenager, when the internet became more prevalent. I was in college when all the social media things came online, like Facebook and MySpace, and if you remember MySpace. And the thing is, the one thing that has been consistent that I've noticed as someone who grew up with as the internet grew up, I grew up alongside with it. And the one thing that I noticed through all the years of its changing and development is that there is no such thing as a 100% protected, foolproof data center. If there is a place that holds important information, some point, sooner or later, some way, somehow, fucking hackers are gonna get into it and steal all that fucking data and then broker it all over the dark web. It's happened everywhere. Every data center, everywhere on the planet, in some shape or form, gets exploited and that information gets fucking stolen. And what's making me real nervous about this widespread adoption, this like weird unilateral adoption of, hey, I don't know if you're really 18, give me a picture of your actual ID, fucking like YouTube and shit like that, is like, I'm just like, damn, do you really think Google hasn't had a data breach at one point or another? Like, fucking, and you're just giving them your government issued ID? Like, that's crazy. That's just a one-way ticket to get your fucking identity stolen. And I do not trust these systems at all to protect your identity, basically. So, like, seeing this trend, this change, is making me super nervous. So, I guess my one takeaway from this is, if you're forced to do this, be extra vigilant. Like, whoever you give your information to, like whoever you snap this picture to of your ID. And it's funny because I know I say this on our Discord where we take government IDs, but we do that for the 18 plus area, and we do ask that you don't show your name, like don't show your real name, don't show the ID number associated. All I need to know is that it was a real ID and you're really 18. I don't even want your picture. And that's just to like that should be enough, right? If you have an ID with the birthday on it and it's an actual government ID. Because, I mean, if you wouldn't be even in this Discord if you weren't, like, trying to look for a community. I'm not looking, like, I doubt anyone in here is stealing fucking IDs. But my point is that, like, they're just so brazen. And, at the end of the day, the only reason why they're asking for all this shit is because they just want to collect more information on the end user. Basically, what happened is, right,
they want to remove anonymity.
Well, I mean, okay, so politicians want that. Politicians want to remove anonymity. That's what politicians want, because they want to be able to, do political punishing for those who disagree and dissent on them online. So it's a way to control. But two, the other issue is, when there is no product to buy, online for these online services like YouTube, right? Like there's no product to buy on YouTube. You can't actually, I mean, you can pay for YouTube Prime, but generally there's not like you get access to all these videos for free. So the general rule of thumb for those who don't know on the internet, when there's nothing to buy that is a product on a website, generally speaking, you are the product. All your information, everything you do, everywhere you go on the internet, you gather cookies. That's why nowadays they ask you like, hey, do you want to enable cookies? You have to enable some cookies. You want to access the website. All those cookies is leaving a trail of like what you do, what your activity. It's literally a cookie crumble trail of like everything you have interest in online. And the data brokers eat this shit up.
It's not nearly as bad in the EU. It's not nearly as bad in the EU. It's like
And-
in the US. In the US, you look anyone else up by their name. You can find their address by.
Oh yeah.
by
No,
paying
it's
some third-party service. In the EU, there's no shit like that.
Yeah, no, in the
Privacy
US it's
protection.
terrible. And Canada, honestly, it's not much better. And so basically, right, like data brokers for years now have been eating up this information, gathering it, literally creating a digital double of you online that they can then sell to advertisers to target ads towards you. This has been going on for years. It's part of our day-to-day life now. And honestly, I know there's like YouTubers who sell like incognito and weird like subscribe to this service and they'll fucking delete your data. Honestly, that shit's a scam. That you're like, once your data's out there, there's like, unless you're using fucking like legit good VPNs, you're not using Windows, you're not using any sort of Chrome based browser system. You have just like several layers. Oh, hey, we have a new follower, Zemos Wolf 92. Welcome on in. You're at a very interesting point of my stream. Stuff I don't normally get too heavy into, but I'm kind of in a really big. Here, let me just. There we go. We're kind of in like this mood today. We're kind of in a fuck big corpo mood today. And I was just explaining the digital double that we all have. So, yeah, so the data brokers have been gathering information on us for years. And basically what happened, right, is they have reached a threshold where they have gathered all the data that they can gather at the moment. And it's just not selling as good as it used to anymore. They're probably not getting the best mood, honest. It is the best mood, honestly. Like any day where you can just be like, hey, you know it's going to be a good day. So basically the data brokers have probably reached a point now where they're like, shit, we've already gathered, most of the information we can gather on people. How do we get more information? How can we just straight up get their name and photo ID so that way we can really fucking target them and pull even more information? Because all the cookie stuff, yeah, it gathers information, but it's slow. It takes time. You have to let them, surf the web a little bit, gather up some cookies, exchange for information. You know, it'd be quicker if we just had their legal name and photos so we can pull up all their fucking information on them. That would be the fastest way to gather information. So that's why they made the big push to Congress or to whatever your local politicians are. If it's in Parliament, if you're in the US, it's congressmen. And congressmen love it because they're like, oh shit, a huge database where we can track our citizens. And if there's any sort of dissent or disagreement online that could be considered revolutionary or disruptive, we can just go ahead and remove that quickly. Well, now we know who's doing it because there's no more anonymity. So yeah, when I see stuff like this coming more and more broadly accepted, and there isn't more criticism about it online, it makes me your favorite neighborhood TO Tigre cyberpunk anti-capitalistic socialistic weirdo very fucking nervous. It makes me super nervous about it. And honestly, I think you all should be a little concerned about it as well. So when you see that shit happening or coming to pass, make sure to call your local representative. Call them and tell them, hey, I disagree with this shit and I do not approve of it and I want it stopped, please, because I like surfing the web without having to give my face and name to every fucking website I go to. Honestly, what I do on the internet is my own private business. I was like that literally 2 hours ago. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's see. Cookies were always there, but the laws made them put in your face, so at least you know. Most people don't see that kind of stuff, so out of sight, out of mind and stuff. That's true. The laws, okay, so admittedly, I do appreciate those laws passing for transparency's sake, so that way, at least when I know my information's getting stolen, I have some level of agency about it, and I can always be on the lookout for suspicious activity, attempts for people to open up new bank accounts in my name and shit. But I still don't like it happening. It still makes me super, it made me nervous in the past, and it's only gotten worse with like some of the shit that's passed. So I guess we'll see what happens. I can tell you this though, I do miss the pre-.com bubble era of the internet. Like before that .com bubble popped, when like everybody had to have a website and everybody. And like the web was such a wild west back then, and it still stayed a wild west for a while. But now the problem is like everybody wants to be on the platform that has the most amount of users, and it's just created this like huge like there's no websites anymore. It's now it's like, hey, are you on the app? Are you on your Instagram app? Are you on your Twitter app? Are you on your Blue Sky app? There's no more like just going to like, I mean, like, I know there's still websites, right? I know there's still like DeviantArt and For Infinity, but they're not nearly as popular as like Twitter or Blue Sky or Instagram. Like those are the places to go. And it kind of sucks. I kind of miss the idea. I kind of miss the old, which I know they do have websites versions of them. And if you really want that same experience, you can go onto the website version. But it still feels like a very algorithmic like inflow of content. It's not just me going on there and exploring like it used to be in the old days. And like things that were, on the front pages of the website were there because everybody voted on it, and it wasn't just prompted by an algorithm.
We really have like the corporatization of the internet sterilization, where everything is bound to a couple major websites. While back in the day it used to be multiple forums. Oh, you're interested in this thing? Go to this forum on this website. Well, now it's all on the same website. Instead, you have subcategories.
That's it.
The monopolization of internet, of social media, of your attention.
That's it. Well, because they, these companies realize that though there's infinite money for them to gain and infinite money for them to take, the one thing there isn't an infinite amount is time. Everybody gets the same 24 hours every day, no matter if you're a billionaire or you're a vagabond in the street. We all get the same 24 hours. And so they realize, like, well, shit, we can't get everybody to give us all the hours in existence so we can make all the money in the world, because there's only 24 hours in a day. So how do we ensure that we get the maximum number of people? So they just gathered everybody as much as they can into one spot, so that way all their time would be dedicated to it. That's why these game companies want these live service games to succeed, is because they're like, well, we can't get people in with MMOs, unfortunately. They tried. There was a whole era of MMOs coming out left and right, and now there's just like a big elephant graveyard of would have been, could have been MMOs. And that was like the first, like, hey, though there can be better MMOs, it's really hard to get people to jump ship, and there's only so many hours in the day that people have. You can't play all the MMOs. Like, there's just not enough hours in your life to do it.
That's why we need to research time dilation more. Get more than 24 hours in a day.
More than 24 hours in your day. Absolutely, I agree. But yeah, so you know what I find really funny though? So, we have this like elephant graveyard of MMOs, right? We have this like infinite expansion of like dead MMOs fucking everywhere, that like we're going to be the next WoW killer. And you think the game industry would have learned their lesson about being like, maybe creating games that are meant to be played infinitely to like make money out of people isn't a good idea, because people don't have an infinite number of hours in their day. So we can't like keep trying to sell them products. But then they did the live service shit. They're making the same mistake, but in a new fucking wrapper.
So on that topic, did you hear the recent RuneScape news?
Oh wait, hold on. Before we go to the RuneScape news, I do want to talk about it. I want to catch up with chat real quick. So see, we got some messages. Cookies have always been there. Oh yeah, makes me transparent. I was like that 2 hours. I really hate that I live in Idaho, which is in the U.S., and the state started doing the age. Yeah, that's the thing I'm talking about, like that age verification for any porn sites a while back. So far, it literally only porn sites, but it easily could be whatever they deem unsafe for kids. Well, and you know what scary thing about the porn site thing is, like, the second you look at like LGBTQ porn, which they would consider that degenerate behavior. Fucking immediately, I'm sure there is some super wacko right-wing guy who's just trying to figure out what legal loopholes he can use to find people who've looked at XYZ content so they can put them on a list. Because if conservatives had their way, fucking we wouldn't exist anymore. Because our existence makes them uncomfortable. I'm not trying to create a more divisive us versus them mentality, but like, let's be real, like that's the political climate we live in nowadays. I'm just waiting for the backlash when fucking woke is back, baby. But until then, I'll just bide my time. But that doesn't mean I'm not keeping names. I'm keeping names. I'm keeping track of which politicians are voting for what. And when the shift happens, we have to hold them accountable. Just following orders is not going to cut it anymore. It never cut it to begin with. Okay, sorry. Big tangent. Hold on, and we'll get back to chat now too. Best to educate yourself and share it with the holidays with folks over the winter holidays. It's true. The best defense you have against these crazy people who would probably do us harm is to educate yourself, learn about internet safety, and learn about your rights. Those three things are the best way to protect yourself against like people who, fucking. Listen, like educating yourself and informing others and practicing good internet safety is the first and best line of defense you have. Oh, we lost to PTEX. PTEX, what about RuneScape stuff?
I'll be right back with the RuneScape news. I want to go to the toilet.
Oh, okay, yeah. You use the bathroom. Use the bathroom. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Still surprised Destiny 2 is kicking. Feels like they're shocked the entire game to try to kill it, and being surprised it's still limping along. Waiting for the plush furry Google Doc. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh man, I can't wait. So there is like one thing that's kind of cracks me up, right? Because like obviously I'm a degenerate on the internet. I'm a fucking furry, but I do love like how the media goes in, and same thing with the political landscape, right? It always goes in these fucking loops. It always goes in these cycles over and over and over again. Honestly, at this point, I'm just getting exhausted about it. It's like, Jesus Christ, how many times do I have to hear this song and dance again? But like, I know they're like trying to put furries back into the limelight as like radical people, which I am radically awesome, but they're trying to make us more radically like violent people rather than just like appearing that we're just ordinary people who have now honestly kind of reached a breaking point where like, hey, yeah, we're ordinary people, but you also can't just fucking kick us to the side anymore. We're not going to be quiet. We have online platforms to vocal our opinions. But I do love how, like, in recent news, they try to put furries back into the limelight of being like, these are weirdo sickos that we're trying to, because, like, first they targeted trans people. That's the thing, too. They always try to target people who are, they think are easy targets and are outside of, like, the cultural preview. And they were targeting trans people for a long time. Still are, technically. And it's super disheartening, but we have to stay strong. We have to support our trans brothers and sisters. But now, like they're kind of getting blowback on that. So they have to be like, okay, we can't quite target trans people anymore because we're getting more and more blowback about it. Because they're like, hey, fucking stop picking on trans people. This is ridiculous. Like that political talking point has been all used up now. So the grifters and the psychopaths are realizing that they can't keep moving their base along with that type of rhetoric. So now they're like shifting over to like furries, I've noticed. And I'm just like, man, I have seen this song and dance already. Like that shit ain't gonna work. Like first off, nobody fucking really cares. Like if you be like, oh, these furries, and like, what are they doing? Having a good time. Doing what? Cartoon animals. They like cartoon animals too much. It sickens me. Literally every time they go on this rant, fucking nobody cares. Their whole base goes, okay, I mean, it's weird, sure, but fucking, and what of it? Like, it happens every time. I've seen this happen now like 3 times in my life, and it's happening again, and I'm just like, this is the dumbest shit ever. They really run out of things now to get mad about. Fucking, it's like the Simpsons meme, like, old man gets mad at Cloud. Like, it's just, like, I've seen this song and dance. So I guess my message here at this stage is, hey, when this hate bandwagon grows a little bit and it reaches your local news cycle, wherever you get your news, just stay strong. Remember that this shit happens in loops, and it's not really about you, it's about their own insecurity. It's either about their own insecurity or they're just trying to grift somebody. They're trying to grift somebody, and unfortunately, you're the pawn at this current moment of their grift. But just stay strong, enjoy what you like, fuck anyone who says otherwise. You're perfectly normal. And yeah, you know, just keep being your beautiful you. Just know your TO's got your back. But yeah, I also just circle back to the Destiny thing. I agree. I'm actually shocked to still see that. I legit thought Destiny would be dead by now. I am kind of weirdly, pleasantly surprised. I don't play Destiny 2. Bear in mind, I don't play it. But I am weirdly, pleasantly surprised to see they're keeping this weird corpse of a game alive still. I'm just curious on how long they'll keep it going. All right, P-Tex, what is the RuneScape news?
So in RuneScape, it was recently dying due to too much microtransactions, loot boxes, and etc. And so recently, the RuneScape developers came out with an announcement. They even talked to their shareholders and stuff, and they're willing to support them to fully remove loot boxes and most of the microtransactions from the game to bring back that old feel and stuff. To get more players to return. They even ran some polls and stuff because they said that they were on like a path of like trying to squeeze out every cent, and they see that this doesn't work. The shareholders finally started that doesn't work, and they first thing that they're gonna do is they're gonna remove all the loot boxes and most of the microtransactions, many of which to like help skip progress and stuff. They're removing all of those. They're leaving some cosmetics in the game as far as I know, but they're also adding for people who don't want to see like purchased cosmetics and stuff, a toggle in the settings that lets you disable which cosmetics you can see and stuff.
Wow. Okay, I like that a lot. Honestly, I hated loot box when they first came out. So my first introduction into loot boxes was fucking Overwatch, and I always hated that shit. I know some people were like, oh, but the loot boxes are fun, and they're like, why? And it's like, well, because you don't know what you're gonna get. But like, but why do you get the loot? Because it's fucking gambling. That's why they like it. And I fucking hate that shit. And I say that as someone who once lived in Las Vegas. And like, I fucking hate because the house the only one who wins at gambling is the house. And when I play my video games and I want to get a fucking skin, like, this is the thing, right? I'm not a huge fan of microtransactions too much either, but I know it's a way to keep developers employed and paid and continue to like develop the game. Like, if there's a game out there that I really, really enjoy, I don't mind so much the microtransaction because I feel like I'm contributing on the continuation. Like, so, right, like if I purchase a game, that's me showing that I'm interested in it and I want to play the game. It's showing the studio that I like the content they make and I want to play more of their content. But if there's a game that I purchased and I want to see, rather than them make a new game, I want to continue to see the development of that game, I don't mind doing microtransactions for that. I don't mind purchasing fun outfits for my character, as long as it's not a pay-to-win game. If it's just minor cosmetic things, would I have preferred it to be in the base game? Yes, absolutely. One of my favorite, fondest memories is the early Spider-Man games when all the costumes were things you unlocked by playing the game and it gave you cool powers and shit like that. You know, it breaks my heart that single-player games don't do that more often. However, but I understand, right? They're like, let's make more money. Games are expensive. I even as a game developer, I know this. And if it's a game that is constantly going to be developed for X number of years post-launch, I don't mind paying for microtransactions in that type of situation. But what I do get fucking pissed off about is when I'm like, hey, I want to buy that cute skin for my diva, but I have to buy 50 fucking loot boxes for the chance of getting it while getting a bunch of fucking trash on shit I don't want. That pisses me off. And so I never, ever liked loot boxes when they first came out. And I'm really happy to hear that RuneScape is removing it, because I think, like, in my opinion, unless your game is 18 plus, like, you have to be like a slot machine, right? You can't have kids playing a slot machine. Like, the dopamine rush from playing those type of gambling games, like, it's too powerful. It creates too strong of an addiction. That's why children can't fucking gamble. And the fact that they brought that into video games, in my opinion, is fucking diabolical. It should be straight up criminal. It's straight up fucking big corpo energy, and I say fuck it. So I'm really happy to hear that RuneScape is good, and I'm glad the shareholders agree. I didn't know RuneScape was a publicly traded company, though. That's fucking news to me.
I'm not sure if it's publicly traded. It was like shareholders or something along those lines, or investors. I can't remember exactly right now.
Either way, either way, whether it be shareholders or investors or what. Oh, excuse me. It's getting late for me. Either way, I'm glad to hear that they're opposed to it, right? They're shutting it down. I am super glad to hear that. We need more companies to be like, hey, we made a mistake. We got to walk this shit back. And it kind of goes into my other subject line that I want to talk about, which, I know RuneScape would be considered indie, but I do find it funny that, like, big companies are constantly, like, misstepping and doing shitty stuff like loot boxes, NFTs, while the indie space continues to grow, thrive, and just blossom into this beautiful thing. And it makes me feel good. It makes me go doki doki in my heart. I want to see, and honestly, like, from the Game of the Year awards, like the fact that what was it called, Expedition 33, I think, like, that was a small indie development, and I'm super happy to hear that, like, that's been nominated to win, like, Game of the Year. We need more indie developers, like, just kicking ass, taking names, and just all around fucking getting W's, because like, I feel like companies like Ubisoft and things like that, they keep forgetting that they're making a product for the user, and they see their customers as people who are getting in the way of their wallet to the company, and that type of practice needs to fucking stop. Like, we need to remember, and I say this as a game developer, we need to remember that we're here to make a fun game for you all, for the players. Like, fucking, I don't know why publishers forgot that. I don't know why they, like, well, you know what it is? They didn't forget. What happened was games were making money, a lot of money, and people who have never worked in games before but liked making money got into game development, schmoozed their way up to the top, and, like, they really have no passion or drive to make good games. They're just there to make the maximum amount of money as possible, which, in my opinion, whenever, like, a CEO steps into a game position company with, like, no game experience, and I'm not saying they have to be a gamer. I'm just saying that they've had to understand how this industry has grown and thrived and changed over the years, and they're just like, nah, bro, I'm just here to make as much money as possible. Fucking that shit is always doomed. And you don't have to look any further than goddamn Ubisoft to look at that shit. Look at Silksong. Yes, look at Silksong for Christ's sake. I mean, that game was so popular, it literally crashed the servers. It literally, like, Steam crashed. They could not handle everybody trying to buy that game because people were just so goddamn excited about it. Kicking ass and chewing bubblegum, and they're all out of bubblegum. Legit. Indie game is fucking all out of bubblegum. Also, great They Live quote. Honestly, okay, let's change in off the angsty vibe and just talk about something fun, which is They Live, fucking masterclass. Really good movie. And if I have to be totally honest, this is going to be a little off-brand for me, but I'm going to say it anyways. They Live is one of the few movies out there that I would legit like a remake of, because though like They Live, like, has a soft spot in my heart as, like, this real, like, B movie classic, like a cult classic. Let's be honest, the actual execution of this film, the actual, like, you know, the directing, the script writing, the cinematography, the editing, it's a little rough. But the story, the premise, and the characters have so much heart to it, so much personality to it, and is so fucking apropos to the era and time we live in, that if they did a remake of They Live, it would be so fucking good. I'm desperate to see a remake of They Live. But
Or
sadly,
Fight Club.
or what?
Fight Club.
Fight Club. Well, Fight Club, I don't know if that needs a remake though. That's already, like, you could rewatch that
True.
now, and like that still stands up to the
Yeah.
test of time. Like, that's still a great movie.
But it's also
Bro,
still
I was
very
browsing the
relevant.
horror tag on Twitch. Everyone has put the NBA game there. Wait, what? Why? Why is the NBA game in the horror tag? I am so curious. Road Duck 95, I need to know why everybody has put the NBA game in the horror tag. That is fucking funny as hell, though. I love that. That is so good. Like, can I get some context for this? Also, I do love how.
Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying though, Fight Club is Fight Club is a great movie though. That is a fantastic movie. But I mean, you could rewatch that now, and it's still like just as good as when you first saw it in the theaters. They Live, I have no clue. That's fucking wild, but hilarious. I love that. Did everybody just agree? Like, hey, we're gonna mix it up and put a NBA game in the horror tag? Is it so bad that it's scary? That's really funny. Where was I at? Oh, right. Okay, so They Live. So They Live is just a movie, right? That where, like, you know, I don't want to like talk about it too much because I feel like even just talking about it a little bit kind of like gives it away. But like the general idea is you follow this blue collar worker who is post Vietnam War. He suffers from PTSD a bit. He's a little disconnected from society. He travels. He's traveling across the Americas, working one construction job after the other, right? Because he's just disenfranchised from the American dream. And he comes across. He comes to. I think it's L.A. He lands like where the story picks up. He lands in L.A. And he notices there's something just not right in the big city. There's something that just he can't quite put his fingers on, and he's roped into something. Wait, what? Headset's at low charge. Oh, wait, was my headset not charging? Oh no, it's good. Okay, weird. Yeah, it's at 9% power. It's fine. And he finds something isn't quite right, and things aren't quite as they seem. And if you haven't seen They Live, fucking highly recommend it. If I wasn't flying out to Boston this weekend, I would be like, hey, community meetup, we're watching They Live. Because I could watch it 100 times. It is so good. But yeah, if you haven't seen They Live, highly recommend it. Give it a watch. It is so good. Yeah, he's homeless. Yeah. He's a homeless guy. He's a traveling vagabond who works construction jobs. But it's just like it's an interesting take on like consumerism and just like mindlessly in like consuming content. And in the era, and ironically here as a Twitch streamer making content for you all, it'd be like it could translate so well to this day and age. Skill issue. Listen, I'm gonna be on a plane on Saturday. I can't do a community event in the air. Like, I don't think the Wi-Fi on Air Canada is good enough for me to connect to VR chat to do a They Live community event. Buy, obey, consume. Yes. Oh, it's so good. If you haven't seen They Live, go watch it. And it's one of the few movies, again, very off-brand for me to say that I would want a remake of a cult classic, but it is one of the few like cult classic movies out there that I would actually really enjoy a remake. Like, it could actually do a lot of good for it. As long as they do it right and they don't fucking do it like Total Recall. Like the Total Recall, this is the thing. Total Recall was another movie that I felt like the writing was really good. It had a lot of tongue-in-cheek humor in it. But like the effects were a little dated and stuff like that. So I can understand them wanting to do a remake of Total Recall. But man, they really dropped the ball on that remake. That remake was awful. Like, when people say, hey, you want to watch Total Recall? The remake doesn't even exist in my head. Imagine Disney remakes it. Oh my god, if Disney remakes fucking They Live, that would be the worst shit ever. Screws everything up. Yeah, no, that would be a terrible, terrible remake. I can't even imagine how badly fucking they would goof that shit up. No. Disney cannot be... Disney doesn't own though, right? Like They Live still... Like John Carpenter still owns the rights to They Live, I think. So hopefully... But then again, John Carpenter, I mean, and he's even openly admitted this. He's reached a point in his career where he's like... Because they've asked him in an interview, like, hey, what do you want to do at this stage of your career? And he's like, honestly, at this point, just collect checks. Which, fucking good on him. He already has a large legacy of awesome movies. Which, if you haven't seen John Carpenter's movies, go fucking watch them. The dude's like... The dude's a pendulum, honestly. He either makes masterpiece cult classics like fucking The Thing, Escape from New York, fucking They Live, Halloween, or he makes like real dumpster fires. Like there is no in between with John Carpenter. It's either just a masterpiece or a dumpster fire. And even his dumpster fires, at least do not break the ultimate, or rather not break, I should say, rather do not commit the ultimate sin of cinema, which is being fucking boring. Like, I think, like, you could have a movie be a disastrous flop. Just look at the movie, The Room. Oh, hey, we have a new follower. Either, ETH, it goes boom 19. I hope I said your name right. The ETH throws me off. I'm gonna go with just goes boom. Go boom, welcome on in. Lovely to see you. If you want to tell me how to pronounce your username, listen. This is the thing. English is my second language, so if I fuck up,
goes boom 19.
Maybe yeah. Everything goes boom 19. Yeah, I think that might be it. This is the thing.
Or Ethereum, like the cryptocurrency.
Oh.
This is what usually ETH stands for.
Ah, that makes sense. Holy, you're a tiger? I'm a tiger too. Hold on, got ads. All right, we gotta wait for them. They got ads, and then we'll celebrate the tigerness together. Let's see. They get rich. They rich though. That's true. Disney do be rich. Disney do be rich, and John Carpenter do be collecting them checks. You're not wrong with that, Road Duck. The remake was okay, but only visually. There wasn't any need to remake the story anywhere near as much as they did. That's it, right? They just like threw out the entire original script, which was part of the fun tongue-cheek humor of it, and went with this weird like hole through the earth. There. Oh my god, you're a tiger. Hell yeah, brother. We got 2 tigers in here. Listen, fucking grab a chair, grab a blanket, grab your favorite scratching post. Relax, take it easy, and let this tiger entertain you. That tiger. Sorry, that didn't come out as smooth as I hoped, but you get the idea. Ooh, a hydration. I would love a hydration. The only downside is I think I'm all out of water. Spins and prints. Yeah. Get comfy, relax, take it easy. I'm gonna just try and... The problem is I've already drank all my water because this is a long stream. I do need to get some more water. Tigers are so neat. I would love to. But the thing is, right? The stream only has 40 more minutes left. I don't want to interrupt the fun to like go get water. So I did get a little sip though. There was still a little water left. Get your tire toy. That's true. You gotta get. Listen, I love my tire toy. I should make a VR chat tire toy swing asset. That would be good. But yeah, no, tigers are neat. I love tigers. Honestly, I love this new tiger, Abby. It is so nice. It feels so good. Okay, so, but yes, I'm always happy to see more tigers. We need more tigers in the fandom. So happy to have you here. From one tigre to another. So where were we at? Were we with the John Carpenter? We were on a good plot point with the John Carpenter stuff. Oh, right. Okay. So I feel like the Total Recall though with that remake, right? There was no need to fucking. You know what it was? You know what I felt the Total Recall movie was? It felt like it was a completely different movie. I feel like the Total Recall remake was supposed to be another film that like kept almost getting greenlit because the script was good enough, but the plot, like a tunnel through Earth between North America and Australia, was so like far-fetched that studios were like, listen, nobody, like, you have to change the tunnel thing, like the hole through the Earth, because nobody's fucking gonna buy it. Change it to something else. Your story's good, and we can sign a deal. And the dude who wrote the script probably was like, oh man, but that's like the whole idea. I don't want to change this plot point. So he's like, all right, well, if you don't want to change the title, if you don't want to change the whole tunnel through the middle of the Earth to the last two human like civilizations things, how about tying your movie idea to a large franchise brand idea? And so they settled on Total Recall. So I honestly feel like the Total Recall movie was supposed to be another movie that they couldn't quite get greenlit unless they attached it to another big IP. Oh, we're talking about like remake movies. Oh, hey, look, another tiger, and so dapperly dressed, no less.
Tiger now.
You're a tiger.
Rawr.
Such a fierce tiger. You nailed it, P-Tex.
Rawr.
Rawr. That was pretty good.
Tiger noises.
Tiger. So, but yeah, we were talking about remake movies that are cult classics that actually deserve a remake, and those who should be left alone. So one of the movies that we were talking about before was They Live. They Live is such a good movie. The premise is so strong. The characters are so good. But let's be honest, Total Recall execution, like cinematography, like direction, editing, it's a fucking mess. It's a typical John Carpenter mess. Like I mentioned before, John Carpenter either does Bro, you're killing me. You're killing me.
Yeah,
Did you see that, chat?
From time to time.
Let's see. Rubs Noel's ears. Aw, keeps relaxing. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that. Whoa, okay, whoa, hold on. Don't do that.
Sorry, I didn't know where it was.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Now, we can't break. We,
lobotomy kit.
yeah, we can't be breaking Twitch TOS.
Yeah, there was an accident. Sorry.
The one with Arnold or the one with the other guy? We're talking about the one with the other guy and how awful that was. The Arnold one was the one we like because it's the OG, it's tongue-in-cheek, it's silly, and it didn't need the remake, which was the one with the other guy. Oh, don't worry. I had the environment mask so you couldn't see it, but P-Tex like triggered like an avatar effect that kind of like blinded me and for sure had Twitch breaking TOS. So luckily, because I masked the background, you all couldn't see it. Because I'm at like I have a green screen effect happening right now, so you can't see what's really behind me. So what was I gonna say? Oh, right. But like the movie They Live. Like I said, that's a John Carpenter's like example of like the pendulum swinging the other way. But even though it swung the other way, he still adheres to his cardinal rule of, listen, if you're gonna make a bad movie, just don't make it boring. And that's kind of like fucking Quentin Tarantino. Not that Quentin Tarantino really does bad movies. Not all of his movies are great, like Kill Bill. Oh my god, why'd you bring up the dot? You're gonna distract me with the dot. P-Tex has brought out the laser pointer, the ultimate feline weapon. Any cat can't resist the urge, the dot. They can't resist the impulse to chase the dot. Okay, so what was I gonna say? Right. Okay. So hope you get some good sleep after stream. Aw, thank you, Thunder. I appreciate that. Which You know, we might. Hold on, let me see how many more subject lines we have, because there was I think one more thing I want to talk about in stream. No, I think that's most subjects. Hydration. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I need to watch Total Recall with Arnold. That is okay. So if you haven't watched that one, I highly recommend it. Now, keep in mind it is movies from the 80s, so some of the visual effects haven't aged as well as others. So try to, remember that when you go see it. But I promise you, it is definitely worth it. It is a solid movie. And way better than the fucking awful remake that came out. There was no need for that remake, in my opinion. Never watched it before. It is good. It is solid. Y'all should watch 100 of Beavers. It's dumb fun. Hundreds of Beavers. I'm kind of interested now. What's the premise of that one, Oaken? Is that like a horror B movie? Their lady with the three. Yeah, there is a lady with 3 titties in the original Total Recall. I watched Escape from New York. Oh yes. Okay. So that is an Escape from New York is an example of a John Carpenter film swings the other way on the pendulum, where he makes a fucking masterpiece. Escape from New York is such a good movie, even though it has very dated effects. Does not need a remake. That movie is perfect just the way it is, and does not need to change in the slightest. Keep it as is. It is a classic. I already know how bad the visual effects are. Yeah, the visual effects are super dated. I won't lie, because again, it's an older movie. He didn't have a huge budget when he made it, but what he did have, he fucking made it work, and it is so good. And you know what's funny? The character, Snake Plissken, that character was the inspiration to Solid Snake from the Metal Gear Solid series. When you ask Kojima who was the inspiration for the character Solid Snake, he'll always reference Snake Plissken from Escape from New York. And the sequel, which was Escape from LA, which was kind of like a bit of a silly remake, in my opinion. I don't think that, that wasn't a remake, that was just a sequel. But kind of a silly sequel. Oh yes, Hundreds of Beavers is good, fun. Like Looney Tunes live action at times. Interesting. I'm the Duke, damn it. It's so good. So good. Yeah. Highly recommend it. Escape from New York is fantastic. No, it is a very good series. All right, chat. So I know we still technically have 30 more minutes, but I do feel like my throat is kind of going. I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue the same momentum. So, and one thing though, if you are new here, I always do like to end on a high note. So I feel like we're doing really good. We're feeling strong here. And I feel like this is a good moment to end the stream. So I think we're going to call it a night. We know we've been going on now for about 3.5 hours, which I think that's a pretty good stream, wouldn't you say? Yeah. So real quick, I want to... Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you do want more null control action, if you want to hang out with this Tikade, or if you like Pal World and want to play on the community Pal World server, there is a Discord. So if you're not a member of it, come join it. We hang out there. I hang out there every day, honestly. I'm in that Discord all the time. PTEX is always in that server. Keep in mind, it is an 18+ server. Not that it is a safer work server in general. Even if we do have NSFW area for it, but that's different. That's you have to age verify for that. It is still an 18+ space because we generally want people there who are mature. But yeah, come join the Discord. It's a lovely place, and I want to take a moment to thank everybody who came. ETH goes boom. Everything. I'm gonna say just everything goes boom. 19. Thank you for coming. Always lovely to have a lovely fellow tiger here. Actually, let me read your messages. I don't want to end the stream without catching up on the messages first. So let me read those. Okay, let's see. Oh yes, Hundreds of Beavers, Looney Tunes. I'm the Duke. I love. Yeah, the taxi. That's such a good character. Yeah, you know what? You get a million cool points for knowing Escape from New York. We should watch that film too. I hated that he died at the end. Oh, I know. It's you know what though? Good characters. Not every character can live to the end, right? Not every good one can. But his end was a good end. I think a guy from Apple Accord learns to be mountain man, and hunts beavers to win the hand of a lady. Best part, it's live action. The beavers are just really cheap fursuits, and it's Looney Tunes style everything, so it's fun and so dumb. I'm fucking sold, Okin. I want to see this movie now. We got to do a movie night in VR and watch it. Yes, so join the Discord. I do have one favor to ask though before we end the stream. I do ask that you stick around for the raid, as sticking around for the raid boosts the algorithm. So let's even though we do have some big corpo vibes today, we still gotta appease that fucking algorithm. We gotta play that game whether we want to or not. So I do ask that you stick around for the raid out. But I promise you that it'll be worth it. I'll raid this out to a very cool and fun fellow furry streamer. I'll even look for another tiger. And until then, do keep in mind there won't be a stream next Monday because I'll be in Boston. But when I get back, I'll have lots of good photos to share, good stories to tell, talk about my crazy adventures. Until then, stay shiny, stay beautiful, and remember that you're all amazing treasures and gems. Until then, stay hydrated and rest well. Take care, my lovely gems, and good night.